dosing.
I
All
love
right.
the like robot voice recording in process.
Yeah,
Love
that's how
it.
you know we're in real life now.
Right.
We're on peeptvshow.net.
Yes.
Putting cats in bags. Uh,
Right.
Popcorn lung, medically known as bronchiolitis obliterans, is a rare and serious lung disease characterized by inflammation and scarring of the smallest airways in the lungs, leading to obstructed airflow. I don't think it's that. I think that my lungs are just tired. I think
Right.
I think they spend half the day under the weight of vegetable glycerin and they just don't like it anymore and they would prefer if I stopped. So I got I don't have them with me, but I got some Zins that were not margarita flavored. I don't know, it's some kind of like melon. And those are pretty cool. I
What is
like
the like experience of Zen? I like still haven't tried it yet.
I tried.
the
They're freaky.
dude, I put it Nikki knows. I put it in
And
my
Nikki's cinematic shit going on right now is
I know
just
the
cracking
zooms
me
are like
up.
awesome. I'm honestly like
What do you
obsessed
mean?
with it. It like keeps zooming in. It looks dope as fuck.
Really? I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I'm not doing
Yes.
that.
it's a
You
setting.
left. You
Right.
left and it zoomed in on your empty chair real
That's
ominously.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I forget who we had on who it was doing that with, but it was hilarious because whenever they would say something like dramatic, it would like it was like zooming in on them. It felt
That's
cool.
really
I think that was you, bro.
Nah, it wasn't me. Couldn't have been me. I would have
I
fixed
set
that.
my camera over there to where it looks like I don't know it's on me for the
Oh, cool. It's like a
I like
keeping
theme.
with
that.
theme. Yeah.
I
I
like
like
that
that.
too. Let me see if I could do that. Here,
Babe,
I'll
I
just do some
upgraded. I'm
acting.
using my mic finally.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nikki sounds
nice.
good for once.
I didn't know, bro, because I don't listen to the show anymore because I'm on it, and so I had no idea. But it makes sense.
Well, what's good? Welcome back to Agitator. Today we got
Yes.
on Salem, aka E Death, one of my favorite. How would you describe your music? Because I'd put it in
Um,
like goth wave, witch house.
honestly, to say like whenever people ask what kind of music I make, I just say like 2010, like early 2010s internet, but it kind of sucks now because it's like what everyone's doing. So I need to find like a better way to
You've been
describe
doing that.
it. I know.
It is. You should call it like trill goth or something.
Right, right. I know I've been trying to like bring back trill, but just like
You are.
I know I love the word trill. It's so fun.
Well, I'm from the Dirty Third, so trill is like my shit. The
Yes.
I love that album by that and Check Hunter.
Thank you.
I've
Thank you
kept
so
on
much.
steady rotation since. I
Thank
mean,
you.
basically, as soon as we linked up
Enjoy.
with Nikki, he was like, "You gotta check out my sister's music," and I was like, "All right."
Which is always a dubious
Yes.
proposition when somebody says my sister has this band that you should listen to. You're always like, oh man, is this
Yeah,
gonna
but
be?
I wouldn't steer you guys wrong. You know.
Right.
But you've been in that position before where somebody's like, hey, my dude, my brother, he's the best painter you've ever seen.
Right,
And then it's
right.
like Napoleon Dynamite type shit. But no, I really enjoyed it as well. It's definitely up my
Thank
alley.
you.
I will listen to my relationship to music right now is very strange because I mostly listen to I showed the Broken River chat the other day, but I listen to like ambient there's this one of this guy he recorded all these like synth tracks in Alaska. And so it's like the sound of rivers and birds and
Wow.
they're all themed. Like I really like his song about salmon, but other
Wow.
than that, I've been listening to just compilations on YouTube. And
Mhm.
so I'll put on like a Witch House compilation, or there's
Yes.
Aim to Head, who I think is stationed somewhere in Eastern Europe. That's the vibe that I get. And it's just they're all themed and they always have like a big titty sexy cyberpunk
Yes.
maid picture.
Yes.
And like and I just like I turn that on and it puts me right in the headspace. It's all like dubstep, like
That's amazing.
it's called like, it'll be like driving funk wave
Oh
synth.
yes, I love that shit. It always like it reminds me I'll get like these like IG reels in my algorithm and it's just like dudes like at the gym and they're just like blasting like funk music or like hard style, or like the ones where they're like speeding like through traffic and shit, and they're like just like fucking swerving, and they'll just be like shit like that. It's so dope.
Hmm. Hmm. It really does make you feel like you should be committing a crime of some kind when
I
it's playing.
know. That's
Uh,
amazing.
Kelby, what was that one? I showed it to you years and years ago. It was like the cover was real cool. It had like two Oni samurai masks on it, and it was that like funk
Oh,
shit.
DMT Demons. I listen to them all the time.
That's
Well,
it.
that sounds
That's a great name.
amazing. I know,
Yeah,
that's so dope.
Yeah,
yeah,
DMT Demons go hard.
yeah. It's
Damn.
cool, and it's funny because their voices sound so low in the mix. When you listen to a song by them, you think that somebody fucked up somewhere, but that's just how all their songs are.
Oh, that's
Like
so dope.
the little high pitched rapping voice is like way in the back of just this like wall of
Yeah, it's just
bass sound. Yeah,
like
it's fucking
yeah,
cool.
overriding
That's
it. They're
really
That
like,
cool.
sounds amazing.
and you're like, what? My wife hates it. That'll come on and the because my playlist just I just throw everything into my playlist. So it'll be like Britney Spears, Hank Williams
Right,
Jr., and then it'll be DMT
right.
Demons. And she's just like, God, fucking turn it off.
Um, so how long have you been doing music?
Since 2014, that's like when I like started to like actually like release and like focus on like projects and stuff. Cause I mean, when I was a kid, I'd literally just like sit on a keyboard and just like do like whatever the fuck. But in like 2014, I was like, honestly, well, at the time I was super like into like Grimes because it was before she got like totally fried. I mean, she was already fried by then, but I just thought it was cool. I was like, oh, you can literally just like make shit on GarageBand and like it's like that easy. And so that's just how I started. I literally just like got on GarageBand and I was like, oh, like if she could do it, I could do it. And then like from there, I just like have been doing it like I don't know, just like on a computer ever since. It's so dope.
Is that
You've
an
you've
Aladdin
got
mug?
a
Yes, it's Nikki's.
Okay,
It's
so
so
my
dope.
son has watched Aladdin 4 times in the past 2 days, and
Oh
he's
my
been
God.
walking around the house going like Arabian Night. Like he's
Yes.
he's been singing that the whole time. But that's his new thing. First it was Hercules, and now it's Aladdin.
Yes.
So
What's
we're
I like didn't watch a lot of Disney movies when I was a kid, so my introduction was like playing Kingdom Hearts. And so
Hmm.
like that
Mm.
was like how I know all the like Disney shit.
Yeah. So I'm playing Kingdom Hearts with him right now as well.
Oh
But
shit, really? Are you on the first one?
I we just started it a few days ago because they
Oh
had like a
yes.
sale, and so you could
Mhm.
get 1.5 and 2.5 for $30 or something.
Oh, that's so dope.
And I was like, that's a pretty good deal. And then part
Mhm.
three was another 30, so $60 you get all the games.
That's a good
And
deal. Those
it's
games are
it's not
great.
bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad. And
I
so
got them. Yeah, I got that recently as well. Just bought a used copy off eBay for like $30 for
there you
with
go.
all of them.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
yeah,
But he's currently at an age where he doesn't do well with me losing. And so it's a really dramatic experience because
Yeah.
we're on the beach and that fucking dude who's got like the dodgeball or whatever.
Yes.
It's where you fight everybody. You're like, hey, you want to go around? Like I went around with him and he kept hitting me with the damn ball and I would lose. And I would look over and my son would be like, you need to stop losing. I don't
Right.
We need to be winners. I'm like, dude, it's not. But so
Right.
I guess this movie made me feel very uncomfortable. It's
Right.
called Peep TV Show, and I'm curious. Let's talk about it. Let's get thoughts on it.
Right.
well, I watched it with Edith's music on in the background.
Oh, that's
On
amazing.
that's pretty cool.
I watched it on my phone with the music playing on the Bluetooth speaker in the kitchen and had my laptop open doing some work and shit. And so like all the screens, I felt like I was doing some kind of performance thing while watching this
Right.
movie that is very screen heavy. To me, it felt like The Matrix,
Yeah.
but like real life,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
which is kind of the point of the Matrix. Like The Matrix is like which life is real, and this movie felt like that, except it all takes place in our world. It doesn't ever go to a different Matrix world. but it makes you
Right.
start to feel like that.
It
I
kind of
liked
reminded
it.
me
What did
of.
y'all think?
It had a similar tone, but like a sleazier to like Serial Experiments Lane a little bit, like
Mm-hmm.
the imagery and just that the kind of vibe,
Yes.
but sleazier. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like a grimier.
I
All the
could see that.
computers, all the
Yeah.
like big chunky
Yes,
And
computers
like the
and
like
everywhere.
then
really early 2000s like feel to it. Yeah.
and the projection when they're in the white room and he's like all the 9/11 like the iconic like
Yes.
picture where they're both like in front of the towers and it's projected onto them. I don't know. That's it. That imagery I thought was some of the just images I thought were extremely beautiful.
Hmm.
I thought so too. It reminded me the most of Visitor Q, the Miike
That
movie.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
That was
definitely,
shot,
Yes.
definitely.
yeah, shot on digital, early 2000s
Yeah.
digital. I have a question. You are both younger than myself and Kelby.
Yes.
I'm curious because when I watch movies like this, it's kind of a blast from the past.
Hmm.
I'm almost 40 years old, just to put things in context. But when I like seeing the old like the Mac 2 with the
Yes.
with the green back and stuff,
Yes.
um, I was really kind of taken back. But when you all were coming of age, what was the technology like for you guys? And does seeing images like this, what does it make you think of or feel?
That's an interesting question.
I like I don't know. I feel like I grew up in like I mean I grew up in like South Side Chicago, so like it's not like I feel like a lot of the technology I had growing up was like always a little bit behind just because
Mm-hmm.
of like in school like the budget was always like a good like 5 years like behind with technology and stuff. Like we always had like we had like a computer lab, but it was like literally the exact iMac that they're like using in that movie was like the iMac that I like would use at school all the time. So like there's this nostalgic feeling for it, but it's also interesting seeing it too because like I love like old like it's not even old technology because it's to me it still feels like new technology, but it's like older like new like digital technology. And so I have a nostalgic feeling for it, but I like still have a lot of like old stuff. So like and honestly I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I was trying to get one of those on like Facebook Marketplace like a year ago, but
Mhm.
it's never like this thing where I'm like it's like a different world. I sort of still feel like I like I don't know, I still have like love for all that stuff. So it still feels like it's like attached to like my life now in a way.
I mean, you have
Yeah.
a CRTV with a VCR right behind
Right,
you, right
right,
there.
right, right.
What's playing right
Yes.
now? Is that Johnny Quest? Oh, Ian Flux, nice.
Yes. I love this show. It's so dope.
Oh, yes. That's got some crazy imagery in it.
I know I
Dang.
love it.
The Japanese were very good at predicting the internet and social media. So
Mhm.
Kurosawa's Pulse, which contended
We've been
that.
trying to watch that for like a year,
I
but I keep falling
know.
asleep. I keep falling asleep.
So
Not
it
that it's
is.
bad or anything.
It's slow. It's slow. It is slow. So is
I
Cure,
know.
but they're both worth it. I think so the idea of that is that the internet is full of ghosts, which
Mhm.
I literally believe and I
I
still
do
think is true.
too. It's
Dude,
Uh,
haunted.
yeah.
we were doing something earlier today that is like example of that so hard. It's kind of crazy.
Tell me.
Whoa, what were y'all doing?
Uh, can I say it?
Oh, wait. Yeah, we were. No, yeah, you definitely should.
We were looking at both of our. So my mom passed away and Salem's dad passed away. We're not like blood siblings, by the way. It was just
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
you know what I mean. But
God damn it, you
we
weren't supposed to say that on the show.
Right.
we're gonna edit that out.
Right,
Y'all are
right.
twins. Yeah, Nikki's gonna edit that
Yes.
out.
I can edit it out for sure. But we were looking at our dead's parents' Facebooks and like
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
they said. You know what I mean? And it was very weird,
And let
very
me just
weird.
say, like, it's so comical how like both of our parents are equally as dramatic. So like we
Yes,
were
they were
just like
sharing things like if
so good.
someone if someone cheats on you, there's gonna be a bomb put in their heart, and one day when they think they're safe and they find love, that bomb's gonna explode and come out their throat, and the shrapnel is gonna blind their lover, like
And
shit
it's like
like
a
that.
picture of like a fairy with like blood all
Uh,
over her.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
like
No, I know the kind of thing. My dad goes much more my dad is I think he's almost 60 years old now, and so his is all um squirrels. It's very early internet humor, you know,
Mhm.
like Icon has cheeseburger. He never
Yes,
moved
I
beyond
love
that.
that.
He likes that stuff. That's cool though.
Yeah, he
That's
likes
so
that kind of
awesome.
stuff. And also then of course like he gets me the conspiracy dope that I love too, where he'll be
Mhm.
like it'll be a video from he luckily he hasn't moved into you guys know who Jay Dyer is?
No.
No.
So Jay Dyer is, I believe he started off as a paranormal conspiracy guy, like kind of in
Mhm.
the Graham Hancock vein, ancient civilizations and stuff like that. But as time and probably the whims of his audience dictated, he moved more into social issues. Um, so Dad'll send me stuff like that, and it's like the Illuminati is has programmed your children's television to make them all gay type thing,
Yes.
which which is, by the way, probably true. Probably
For
true.
real, I
It
believe
seems
it.
like it.
I believe that
Uh,
shit.
Uh, but yeah, no, and then he sends he had a secret family when we were growing up, so he
Oh
had a whole
shit.
nother set of kids, and now it's just funny to have that guy send you
That's
like
so
don't talk to me till
creepy.
I've had my coffee meme through text.
That he
Yes.
really did. Wow. Damn.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I'm his son. I'm his other son.
yeah.
Right.
But this is the sibling chat.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, when I found out about Kelby's existence, I knew one of us had to go. So I went over there, and then when we saw each other, I couldn't do it. I was
Yeah.
holding the
Right.
gun, like I was doing one of these things. It was like the New Jack City meme, where like a single tear was rolling down my cheek. And then Kelby actually killed me, and they resuscitated me in the hospital. And now
Now
here we
you're
are.
now you're
Right.
now you're a virtual ghost.
Yep. Yep.
Right. I honestly like low key love stuff like that where it's like, well, it's like I guess it's kind of have like secret like family members and secret lives because I have like a great grandpa who had like he like cheated on my grandma and then she went crazy and they put her in the psych ward and they were like zapping her brain and shit. What was it electroshock therapy because it's like the 50s and but like no one knew that he had a whole family because he just like cheated on her. And so like I think it was like 5 years ago, my grandma calls me and she's like, I just found out I have a sister. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like we just have like this whole new like side of the family that like unlocked. And I'm like, that's so like insane. But it's honestly kind of dope. I met her like a year ago. She's really funny.
Yeah,
It's my
it's
that's my
cool.
aunt
And
Gigi. She's dope.
Gigi is a lady who likes to have fun.
Right. And
You
she
can't.
is. Yeah, she loves to gamble.
Yeah, I got into sports betting recently too. It's
Oh
a
my God. I've been on FanDuel. It's like so bad. Like I literally like play the like there's like a slot game that I play and I have to be so careful because I'll forget it's real money and I'm just like, oh fuck, I just lost like $20.
yeah, no, somebody I'll tell you off Mike Kelby who it is, but somebody who Kelby and I both know sent me a screenshot of a bet that they did, and it was for whether or not Donald Trump would like a word that he would say in one of
Uh,
his speeches, and he got it right, and he made like $2,000 off the
that's
bet.
so crazy. I know I
How
love shit like that. It's so funny.
how do you bet on shit like that?
It's called Kalshi. I can send you the app.
Right.
I'll get a free 20 bucks if you go on there.
Hell
I
yeah,
bet
you just made
yes.
20 bucks because
Right.
I'm
I'm
about to make $1 million.
I
I
know. I'm
got
gonna get on that app too. Make you'll make 40 tonight.
I've
I'm
been
gonna just bet David's gay and then
you'll
buy a house.
be right every time. Dude, no, there's a real system to it. This is gonna sound like gambler talk, right? But there is a system that you can do.
Right,
What I
right,
do is
right.
I do mostly college football, and I
Uh,
look for games that have like 60 to 40 odds, basically. I bet the 40 and then I sell halfway through the game because usually in the middle of the game, unless it's a blowout, the scores are closer and that 40 might have gone 50-50. So what that means effectively is if you put $1,000 down and you wait till halftime, you make 150 bucks and then you just sell.
oh,
You don't wait till the
shit.
end of the game. So it's of course if you lose $1,000. But
Right.
you just have to learn how to cut your losses too. Like if it does start to be a blowout, you get out quick before if I lose like 50 bucks, I just sell and then I go
Mhm.
back in. But so far the system's been
Right.
good. I've doubled my money. So
Shit, I gotta get on this. That sounds
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Gambling is good. It's good if you do it smart. If you don't let your
Mhm.
my buddy and I did it at the same time, and he lost $1,500 in like 3 days because
Damn,
he was
that's
he was
crazy.
he was chasing waterfalls, man. You can't do that. Um,
Stick
I
to the
love
rivers
playing
and
like the
lakes.
I love playing the penny slots because I'll just like put my headphones in like at an actual casino. Because I'll go with my grandma like whenever I visit Chicago, and she's like an old Mexican lady, and we'll just like sit at the casino or the bar, and she'll just be like, "Here's like $100, go play the slots," thinking I'm gonna like fucking blow all that, and I'm like, I'm gonna pocket like $95 and just put five and just play the penny slots and like listen to like Young Lean for like 3 hours.
it's really fun. It's really fun. There are people I follow on TikTok, and they'll be like, "You guys know what time it is? $400. Let's see what happens."
Yes.
And they're like, "This is a good one." And it's like pirate booty. And
Yes.
That's the only one that I've ever gone to. I've spent $2 gambling in a casino before.
did you play pirate booty?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean,
Right. It's a
and,
classic.
and there's some themed ones that are good too. I think there's like I think a Jurassic Park one that I played that was pretty
Yes.
good. But
Did
anyway,
you
go
know
ahead.
Steven? He's pissed about that. He he's like fighting hard every day because he does not believe in gambling and the fact that I guess he didn't create Jurassic Park, but his love for it
Oh,
being
Steven
used to
Spielberg, right. I was
yeah,
like, who the
yeah,
fuck's Steven?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's our boy.
Right.
he
First
might
name
hop on.
basis.
He might hop on. I don't know.
He
He's
Right,
pops
right.
in from
participating.
time to time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he, I just a little update. He's getting ripped like physically to take that shit down.
I thought he was getting ripped to
Believe
fight
that.
James Cameron because if he beats James Cameron, he gets to
No,
take over Avatar.
no, they're gonna do the other thing.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other the other
and
thing.
whoever gets pregnant first gets Avatar.
James Cameron
Right.
is pregnant with Steven Spielberg's Avatar, baby.
Yeah, what in 2026? That's just a normal headline.
Bet on that on Kalshi boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that James Cameron impregnates Steven because
It's possible. Like, yeah,
he knows all about the like plugging in to other creatures
hmm
with the
hmm James Cameron's got a little bit of a freakier mind as well, and that's an edge you need if you're trying to get someone pregnant.
You
isn't
do
it
need a you do
crazy?
need a freaky mind. That's how people get pregnant. It's just who's
Freaky
got the
mind.
freakiest mind.
I mean, shit,
I
I've got
thought
4 kids, so I've been
Really?
freaky 4 times.
Right.
you have 4 kids, Kobe?
Yeah,
Oh,
He's got two teenage daughters.
no way.
I do. I just didn't I send you the picture from Thanksgiving?
No, I don't. Dang, you had kids super young.
Yeah,
Wait, how old were you when you had
well,
your first kid?
17.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
those are my parents too. I had an
Yeah,
awful
my parents,
childhood.
I know my parents had me when they were kids, and I was like, God damn it.
Your mom was like 15, right, or something?
Yeah, my mom had my brother when she was 15. And
Yeah.
I love she loves to tell this story about how she was pregnant in high school and they like announced on the like what is it, like the intercom or whatever in school. They're like Easy E died this morning and like everyone in the class is like bawling their eyes out and then like I just love it because my brother like just grew up like loving Easy E and I'm like damn his spirit like transferred into him or some shit.
Dude, that's
That's
probably
wild.
true.
I
That is
know.
probably true. Because, I mean, think about it this way. If a reincarnated spirit needs a moment and a space of heightened emotion specifically around them to transfer, how many schools would have had like a moment like that? Maybe
Right.
a bunch. I don't know. I don't know. Easy E was a
Right.
little bit before my time. So, but that's crazy. So your
I
brother
know.
might be the reincarnation of Easy E.
Right. Well, my brother died, so now Easy E's like gone somewhere else. He's probably in
Oh,
me now. Who knows? I'm gonna start rapping.
were you born after your brother?
Yeah, my parents had me like 2 years after my brother. So my mom got pregnant with me when she was 17. My dad would have
Mhm.
been 16. It was actually funny too, because like my dad was like a Latin king, but like not like he was just like a little like street kid. I don't know if y'all know Chicago like any bit, but like they like grew up in a little village like around that area. And so it's just like a Mexican neighborhood. And my mom's like a white girl. My dad was like super just like Mexican, and he was like getting into too much shit with just, like being in gangs or whatever. And so my grandparents sent his ass to live in Mexico. So he's living in Mexico and he gets the call from my mom and she's like, I'm fucking pregnant. And he had to like come back to the States and like be a dad. I was like, that sucks.
At 16 years old, bro,
Right?
I would have been the worst parent,
I
dude. I
know. I'd
I,
be
mean,
like
I
a
I'd have
bad
been on
parent now and
some
I'm 27.
yeah,
I'd have
the
been on
other.
some no habla inglés.
Right, right, right. He should have done that, honestly. That would have been funny.
La llamada no disponible. That little message you get
Right.
when you call a Mexican person and they don't pick up. Um, that's so interesting. So somewhere out there, then the spirit of Easy E is floating around. Have you?
Right.
I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm developing my own program for Jungian self-regression and like confronting the shadow. And I've also become really interested in figuring out who I was before I was this person.
Yes.
And so I wonder if the three of you have any thoughts or inklings as to who you might have been before you were this
Oh, I
person.
already know who I am or who I was. Because I've
Who?
thought about this so much. Okay. I mean, like, I like delusionally believe in this, but I've told so many people, I'm like, I was like a fucking tweaker in the 80s, like a fucking like crazy, like
Yeah.
faggot. And I had AIDS and I had like just like was partying all the time. And then like I like got AIDS in the 80s. I had a little chihuahua too, and his name was Paquito. And my lover died. And then like I like just I had AIDS, but I like managed to make it into the 90s, and then I died in like 98, and then I was born.
You were born in 98?
Yeah, I was born in 98.
Okay, okay. What makes you so sh did you have a dream about this or is it a strong intuition?
I just love like fucking like gay 80s music, and like I love poppers and shit. So I'm just like, this just makes sense. Like there's so many times where I'm just
Hmm.
like, I had to have just been like some fucking like filthy like gay man just like clubbing and like fucking probably like high off Tina the entire time.
Those guys seem like they were having a great time.
I know. I'm like, that shit
Hmm.
seems so fucking fun. And I love Chihuahuas so much. So I know I had one in a past life. And like, it just like makes sense in a way. I don't
Hmm.
know. It just like makes perfect sense. But I would have died young. I think I was born in like probably like late 60s, early 70s. So like a firm like Gen X. And I would have been like I would have been like around like so I would have been like a kid in the 70s. Well, no, I would have had to have been born in like 65. So I would have been like sort of like in my 20s in the 80s is what I always imagined. And then like I just like passed away in the
Hmm.
90s.
Hmm. RIP to your former self. What about you, Nikki?
No.
I think I may have brought this up uh, on the show before, but I remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I was like, it was the age where like you sleep on plastic, and
Hmm.
I was sleeping
Hmm.
on plastic, and I remember like it wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. Something got fucked up, and I saw like a vision of me as
Hmm.
a little slave in medieval times, like some bloodborne shit, like some like the
Damn.
painted bird, and I was like in shackles, and I was trying to like figure out how to get out of it, and I was filthy, disgusting. It was, and I hadn't really seen like movies about that or anything yet. I don't think like, and it was just too real, and so somehow something got messed up, and I got like a, a vision back there because it
Hmm.
was, and I've had that happen like a couple times, like as an adult,
And
like
it feels real.
yeah, it's like not a
Yeah,
dream. It's
yeah.
something, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like last year I was meditating super super heavy, um, all every day. I just had like I was going really hard with trying to like what you're saying earlier, like shadow stuff, and just to get somewhere. And I experienced something, and I was doing the fuck. What's that called? The yeah the
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 ohms.
no, fuck. What's his
Like
name?
astral projection.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it was a specific like system, and it's like you just
Mhm.
listen to this guy. I forget what it's
Oh,
called.
I remember when you were doing that because we did that
Yeah,
one
I know.
time.
I
Yeah, that
know.
shit was trippy.
But
I
anyway,
I
I'll
think I know
remember
what you're
what it
talking.
is.
I
You know
think
what
I
I'm
know what
talking
you're
about?
talking
I
about.
can't. I
Yeah.
don't know why I can't remember the name. But so when I was doing that, I would get like feelings and like I could feel certain things. Like I know it's probably definitely like a woman in a past life for sure, probably several times. And besides the like medieval slave scene, I
Hmm.
don't really like have a concrete like feeling of what it was. I hope I wasn't a slave every fucking time.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
you're probably
say.
like you're like a towel boy in like Greece at some point.
For sure. And then I
You're like, oh my
I
God, this is so much worse.
when you first said that you were a slave, I thought you were gonna say that you were like an African American slave, and I was like, oh, so you got to become you because you worked the hardest.
I don't know, bro. I wish I could talk to him like the dirty little slave boy that I
So like
was.
the is it
You
was
need
it
to go
like
around demanding your 40 acres and a mule, bro.
yeah,
Bro,
you just lie and say
man,
that you were that kind of slave, and then you couldn't maybe get
I
reparations.
I may have been. I mean, I'm sure I had a different skin color at some time. I'm sure I had like
You were definitely
we
like
all have.
Latino at some point too. Like a few
Yeah.
times. You have like Latino swag, low key.
Yeah,
Like high key.
I think the same kind of thing. I think so. My wife is Mexican, and I've been with her for almost yeah about 24 years now, and so I've been
Whoa,
around
that's amazing.
her family a lot. And you also. So what I'm saying is I'm an expert on,
Right.
and yeah, you do have kind of a kind of a Vato-esque vibe to you, you know? Like I feel like you could be in Training Day or something like that.
Well, wait, what's it? I actually never seen Training Day.
Training Day, there's a really great scene with actually he's an Arab actor. I can't remember his name, but he was in the show From, but he's playing a
Oh, I'm
you
trying.
know
I'm getting Salem to watch that with me soon. From
you've seen From, right?
no, we're gonna watch it.
Oh, you're gonna watch
I've
it's
been telling her about it.
I
We
think
gotta
it's the
watch it. I'm
best
super
I think it's
excited.
the best show to come out in a very long time.
We've been watching the new It show and are
Oh my
like
God. It's
obsessed
so
with it.
good. It's so bad. It's so good. We just keep
Yes,
being
yes.
like
So, sorry to get off track,
right,
David.
right,
We'll go back to
right.
it. We'll go back to it. But
Right.
No, 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 you're good. You're good. Kelby, who were you in a past life?
Yes.
I know for sure. So I went on a shaman journey a couple years ago, and I went all the way back to this is how I got rid of my suicidal tendencies. I went back to my first life, and it was like prehistoric time, and it was like I don't know the exact like names of the eras or whatever, but trees were like enormous and there were like big ass bird creatures and shit. And I had like lost all my family, like some creature like ate my kids and stuff. And I was at the edge of this cliff. I was like some kind of warrior dude who had like bone swords and shit. And I just took one of these bone swords and like drove it into my stomach, like seppuku style.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
And
that,
that's why your stomach's been fucked up your whole life.
yes.
God damn,
No,
dude, that's
That's
like
so
crazy.
we
crazy.
made that connection like all through my incarnations, like I've carried the stomach injury with me.
Wow.
Damn.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, the only thing like I have strong pulls toward Russia, obviously. Like I say obviously, like everybody would know
Are
why.
you Russian?
No, Polish, but
I'm
my
Polish too.
yeah, Polish people are the best.
They
Um
are.
but my first book was about gulags and Russians and stuff. But the other one I feel when I see pictures of subways in New York in the 1970s with all the Warriors graffiti and shit in them.
Damn. Yeah.
I feel like I've looked obviously at pictures from all over the place from every period of time, and when I see those particular pictures, they feel like memories instead of just pictures. And
mm,
so
Mm.
I'm I ate a I don't do like eat or smoke weed hardly at all. But I when I do anything, I do it extreme, right? So my
Mm.
friend gave me this like 50 milligram weed gummy and I just ate it And he was like, "You ate the whole thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's see what happens." And I passed, like I just fell asleep. I fell asleep and I thought I was cool, but then I woke up at like 4
No.
a.m. and my heart was going like this. And so I
Right.
woke up and I started doing push-ups and fucking working out, and I like went outside and went for a run out in the cold. But what was interesting about it was that it was a dream. And the dream was so intense with the weed gummy that it actually woke me up from the dream. And when I was awake, I brought the dream with me, and the person who I was in the dream, I brought that person with me too. And it was that. It
Whoa.
was it was in the 70s in New York, and it wasn't anything dramatic or special. It wasn't the moment of my death or anything like that. It was a regular ass person like doing their day
Yeah.
to day. They knew where they were
Well,
going. And
do you
then
know
when I
what the?
was
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then so, well, no, you're fine because it's mostly an anticlimax, but I think it's still interesting because what like I said, when I woke up, I was that person and me at the same time, right? And it didn't
Damn.
fade until about I stopped being high at like 8 p.m. the next
Damn.
but it
What
was a
were
lot
the
of it
major?
was a lot of
What were the
fun.
major differences between you and the person who was inside of you?
That is a very interesting question. So it was a man and it was an older
You had a
man.
man inside of you?
Yeah, yeah. At this one
I
point in my
bet you
life.
and Salem were going to the same parties back in the day.
Right, right.
Literally, we were probably all in the 70s.
I
Like,
believe this. Okay.
Right.
Okay, check this out. So I truthfully believe this, and I think that the internet has made this interesting, and one day I'll find a way to put this into a story. But my thought is that everybody who you meet in your life, you keep meeting the same. You're like a
A
club.
hundred
You're like a
percent.
club.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, a
But
hundred
the
percent.
internet has made that interesting because now we know so many people, and I'm wondering what if the internet was created so that, because there's so many more people being born, like you could
Yeah.
have more souls, meaning you meet more people, meaning you make
Right.
bigger soul clubs. Does that make
Right.
sense? I don't
But
know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does
it
make
it
sense.
does. But in my mind, I feel like, and obviously, like internet connections can be turn into like very like close friendships. But I wonder because it's like a club. I don't know. I just wonder like what how that looks because there is an aspect of it that is literally like not real. You know what I mean? It's not like you're not like
Mhm.
seeing someone. You know what I mean? You're not in their vicinity, so it could be fake. Like, what if you find out one day that your whole crew is like AI? You know what I mean? That you met online.
Yeah.
I
Fuck.
was gonna say, what about like bots and stuff? Like, are those
Right.
Yeah, bro.
demons or
I think certain
They could be
people. I
demons,
think
yeah.
yeah. I think certain people. Their whole club is probably in the future will be Chat GPT and shit like that.
I certainly hope not, but when you think about
I
the
hope
people
not
who you've
too.
met, like the people, when you think about the people who you've met in your life, so I'll use my wife and Kelby as examples. So my wife, she and I in the decades that we've been together, we've been through a lot that would have made other people probably separate, not be together, but we stuck together. There's a real kind of like, it can only be described as a soul bond because you look over things and you keep moving in a way that people aren't connected like that wouldn't move on. And then Kelby, when I first met him, he came up on a bus tweaking his dick off to go to a reading. And this scrawny dude, fucking, and I was like, "Hey man, come on up." And he came up, and he was mostly quiet. Kelby's mostly quiet, and you talk more now, but you didn't talk much at the time. But I just looked at him, and I was like, "This is my best bud. I don't know how." But I know that we're buds and I know that we're going to stay buds for a long time. And there are people who you meet where it's just like that.
Yeah.
And if you were doing the Scully to my Mulder type thing, you'd be like, well, it's because there were certain chemicals going through your brain at the time and you just felt, no,
and I was
no,
like, yeah, amphetamines.
amphetamines, yeah. But yeah, so that to me is unequivocal evidence for if you don't go off of feeling, if you go off of empirical data and you don't go off of feeling, then none of this is ever going to make sense, but you're missing half of the equation, in my
Dude,
opinion.
I think, because this will happen to me where I will totally like feel the feeling of things like that, but then re- I, like just like I feel like so many people are conditioned to be like reality just like comes in and like just like kind of rips that apart for you to fully believe that, you know what I mean? Like like the data, like if you look, I don't know, it's like I think people should just like trust their feelings more, especially if it's sort of in that realm.
Mhm.
I don't know, or not, or they could like, or everyone can.
Or
I think
not.
everyone. I think everyone actually who I was just talking about should get the same shirt.
They should.
Right.
Oh, not for sameshirt.com.
You
Guys,
gotta throw the promo in there.
we have a new
This
sponsor,
episode brought to you by our
sameshirt.com.
sponsor.
Nikki's starting the best site ever, which is sameshirt.com, where you
Right.
can show a picture of somebody and see who else has worn that shirt.
Yep. It's and we have passionate people who clock in every day and they check and check and check and check until there's
Right.
nothing left to check.
Mhm.
Love it. No, but me and Salem definitely had that too. Like just like yeah, this is like my sister. Like instantly, basically. Like
Yep.
it just I don't
And
know, it just happened. You know,
you just
Mhm.
know. You just
it's
know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
wonder
is.
if I wonder if different lifetimes there's like different variations. You know, like maybe you guys met as little kids. Like I always think there's a time when
Right.
me and Salem met as like really little kids, like
Mhm.
kindergarten or something. But like where you all met as like older men, like in your 60s, and you were both
Yeah.
like riding a tricycle and you bumped into each other.
Right.
I think my wife and I think I've been trying to reconnect with her for a long ass time. So like I like David's idea of like we always meet the same people, but
Mhm.
when I met my wife, I felt like I'd been looking for her for centuries,
Well,
and I
Oh, that's
and
the
I
thing
had
that could
just
happen,
found her.
right?
well,
Damn.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna say like, what if you don't like? I bet in some like lifetimes you just don't find them. It doesn't like there's like it just might not work out just because, or they'd fucking die or something. Like before
Right.
you get the chance to meet them.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's an episode of The X-Files that's like that, where
Which one?
it's where Mulder finds out that he's the reincarnation of a Civil War guy,
That's
and
so funny.
that him and Scully were like battle buddies back in the day. But there's a random character. The episode was written, the screenwriter was trying to do a showcase for his soon-to-be wife, and so this woman who makes an appearance for one episode was apparently Mulder's long-lost love from back in the Civil War times. It is the worst X-Files episode of
Wait,
all
what
time.
season is it?
It's in it's season 4 actually, which is a good
What?
season.
That's crazy. Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like that's like kind of crazy for that to
You
happen so
you
early.
you
Yeah.
watched most of it, right, Salem? X
Yeah, I
Files.
grew up watching X-Files like every Sunday with my
Mm.
grandpa. And like honestly, that show's crazy because it has like really strong seasons and then the end of the show just gets so like bonkers for no reason.
Hmm.
And like
Hmm.
not in a good way. I mean, I still love it, but it's just like I think like season 7 is when I like am always like, oh, it's kind of getting excruciating to watch this again.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, no, we just finished season we're on season 5 now. I
Mm.
too, growing up, it was a show that was always on because it was the most popular show
Right.
in the country at the time. And
Yeah.
so every Sunday, like you said, it would be on. And then they moved it, season 4,
In The
they moved it to
Simpsons.
the, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they moved it to Sunday. It had been in the Friday 9 p.m. slot for the first 3 seasons, which is where shows go to die, but it just kept
Right.
dominating. And then they put it
Damn.
after The Simpsons. But all right, anyway, let's get back to Peep TV show. So Salem, was this your recommendation or was it Nick's?
Yes, I
No,
love
Okay.
this
Salem,
movie.
100%.
Okay,
Yes.
so tell us about this movie and tell us why you chose this film.
So I watched this for the first time last Christmas. I'm like a huge like letterboxed nerd, but like not in a way. I feel like a lot of people use that like website. I don't, if y'all aren't familiar with it, it's literally just like IMDb, but like more like quirky, I guess. Like 'cause there's more of a community on there. And so I do this thing where I just go through like lists on there and I sort of just like dig and dig and dig for anything. But the kind of movies I watch are normally just like, either like foreign or like horror or just like shot on like handy cams or like VHS and stuff. And it's just because that's just the stuff that I feel like my brain like can just sit through for hours. And so this was one of those movies where I think I found it in a list that was like I had like known about it for a while, but then I saw it in a list as just like, oh, just like shot on like whatever, digital like handy cam style. And I was like, okay. And then I saw like I love Pinterest. It's like such like a it's like Tumblr without having to talk to anybody. And they kept like posting, I kept seeing in my feed. It was just like all the different like gothic Lolita girls in that movie, just sort of like all the like stills sort of they show in the movie. And I was like, this looks really cool. I didn't know it was from the movie. And then eventually I was like, okay, that's like all this shit is from this movie. And I watched it and I was like, this is like extremely like just something I would want to make and something that I just am finding a lot of inspiration from. And I've just like kept like going back to it. It's a movie that like it's the kind of movie like I've watched it a lot. It's just like if I have a certain friend, I'm always like I know if they would like it or not, and I get really excited about showing it to them. Like I watched it twice this week because I was in LA this week, and my friends out there are like very into just like I have this friend Bunny. She dresses like in like gothic Lolita, which is like a crazy subculture to still exist to this day. And so I showed her that movie because I was like, you're gonna love this. And she was like going so in on like she's just like, oh my God, like they're wearing like these crazy like she knew all the like brands of like all the different dresses. And so the approach I had that time was interesting because I had a fashion perspective. She was pointing out, she was like the like emo like main character guy who's like the one who like kills the cat and shit. He was wearing like vintage like Vivian Westwood like on his shirt, and I was like I wouldn't have known that if she didn't point that out. So it was really cool to get that perspective this time. But I think that's what I like about it is depending on who I show it to, they sort of find something that's within their like niche like interests or their world, and I like to hear what everyone sort of picks up from it. And so that perspective was awesome. I didn't really like grasp how like big the fashion in that movie is, or just like how important it is. So that was really cool. And then watching it with Nikki this time today was just so like interesting because I just feel like I don't know, he really like just the conversations we had about like were more about like 9/11 this time. And so that was kind of cool because I just didn't I don't know, I feel like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this like 9/11 is sort of just like a backdrop on this. But
And
even
Salem
just
revealed
thinking
that
about
she
it.
did it. She did
Right,
9/11.
right. I did the whole thing. No, but I don't remember 9/11. Because I think like 2001, I would have been like 3.5 years old. So I am like this thing where I just like don't even remember. I just remember like post 9/11 world. And so watching it, it was interesting to think about it in that way this time. I was just like, wow, like a lot of things about this I just are probably like hitting completely different for me too, just because of
Oh,
like my
for sure.
age and not understanding like I don't know. It was I the only impact 9/11 had on me was like there's a bunch of memes online about it and like TSA sucks. Like I didn't really have an understanding of it.
Check this out. Before 9/11 happened, I used to go visit my grandma in Virginia,
Mhm.
and I would fly. You walk in, no security,
That's
and then when
crazy.
I would land and get off the plane, my grandma would be waiting for me at the
That
gate.
they let people in just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's so crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, wow.
yeah.
That's
It was
so
a totally
crazy.
up until 9/11 happened when I was 15.
Mhm.
So that's when everything started to change. And I also got to see the rough adoption period where people who had lived their whole lives just walking into airports all of a sudden had to take their shoes off. So you see
Right.
a lot of
Yeah.
old dudes lose their shit. What the fuck? I gotta take my shoes off. What kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
And now people just you just do it. You take your belt. It's like
Yeah.
you know. You're like,
Not
all right, I'm
anymore,
doing this.
bro. Not
Yo,
like
yeah.
the
Right.
last
Yeah,
time I
the
got on a
yeah.
plane, it was cool as shit.
Was it?
I was
It's
holding
advanced, bro.
Phoenix. I was holding Phoenix in one arm, and I didn't take my belt off. I didn't take my shoes off. They were like, "Leave your shit in the bag." I was like, "Okay, cool." And I just threw my bag on the conveyor belt, walked in, and they were like, "Whatever." I was
Yeah,
like, "This is tight."
did y'all not call the upgrade hotline and they tell you all the like new advancements? The airport's big. It's getting they're getting big.
Airports are coming up.
Right.
You
Okay.
if you press 00, U13, they will give you secret tips about the airport. But
And if you do
moving on,
up, down, left, right, A, B, A,
you'll get
B,
killed. You'll get killed.
Right.
You'll get
immediately.
fucking murdered.
An airplane will fly into your head.
Yeah,
Right.
I do
Yeah.
TSA pre-check now. It's the only way to do that
Damn.
shit. You just walk through.
They got me fucked up at the airport because of the fucking real ID thing. And like, honestly, I
Yeah.
don't have a real ID because I didn't think it was a problem that I needed to like address. And now, the last time I just flew in like 2 days ago, and like Pittsburgh just updated their airport. That's where me and Nikki live. So like, flying out of Pittsburgh, I didn't even have to take my shoes off. I didn't have to do really
Yeah, it's
anything.
crazy.
But from LAX is still operating on like just like old fucking fuck, I don't know, whatever. So they gave me this slip. They're like, we have to do an advanced screening on you. So they made me wait. And then they're like, you have to take your shoes, your belt, like all of your earrings, take every electronic device out of your bag. They're like yelling at me because I don't have a real ID. And I'm just like, oh my God, like it's not that fucking serious. Like I have a state ID just because it doesn't say real ID. They're like tweaking about it. But
Yeah, I didn't even
I
know I
hate
had
it.
one. I was like, when did this happen? Because like my
I
wife and
just
I
I don't
brought our
have one either.
passports, our
Yeah,
Mhm.
passport.
marriage certificate. We had blood samples ready just in
Yeah.
case. It was
Where'd you
like,
go? Did you go out of the country?
uh, no, we just went to we went back to Texas.
Oh,
But I was like, I don't have a real ID. What the fuck is that?
I know that
And
shit's so
but
retarded.
apparently I do, and I don't remember when I got it. But
damn.
I do not. I need to get one soon.
Me
It's
too.
interesting that you said, Salem, that this movie, everybody who you show it to sees it through a different lens. And what's interesting about that is that that happens with every movie, but it happens in different ways. And
Mhm.
usually the the kind of x-axis is like good or bad.
Yeah.
But the really good movies, it's not good or bad. It's just what does it do to you, basically.
Right. Right.
Um, by the way, just before I forget, you mentioned that you really like these kind of DTV, um, digital, like that kind of aesthetic. Have you seen
Mhm.
Love and Pop?
No, I have not.
Okay, watch Love
Should
and
I write
Pop.
that down? Okay, I'm
this
gonna write that
this
down.
We
reminded
could
me of
we could
that.
watch it
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, something about the
watch
story.
Love and Pop. It's got
Is that?
what's his name, Kelby?
Oh,
Uh,
oh
Asano.
yes,
yeah,
this is by our
yeah.
boy who did Coin Locker Babies. He wrote it, right?
Oh, really?
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did.
Oh.
Ryu Murakami wrote it.
And it's
Hideo.
Oh, wow, this looks amazing.
and it's
Oh my God.
directed by the guy
Yeah.
who made Neon Genesis Evangelion. So
Oh, it is. Yeah.
yeah,
What
The
a
fuck?
crazy
That's
link
so
up.
dope.
but it's
Wow.
really cool. He's like straps the camera to like sushi trains and remote
Oh,
controls
that's so beautiful.
and it's just
Yes.
about four girls in Tokyo. There it's a
Right.
very kind of
Oh, that sounds
freewheeling,
Dude,
awesome.
and then at the end there's a the guy from Ichi the Killer, the main
Right.
dude.
Tadanobu Asano.
Tadanobu Asano. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
He's a insane person who has like a doll, and when they shot it,
Mhm.
it was like the IP, like they couldn't use the doll. So whenever he says the doll's name, it's bleeped out. It's really
That
funny.
is
that's
so funny.
really
I
Oh
love
yeah, what
that.
was it?
amazing.
Was it Mickey?
Dude,
Which one?
It's like
Because
Mickey Mouse or something.
you
Yeah,
see what
yeah.
it is. It's obviously whoever it is. I forget which doll
It's
it
like
is, but
it's a Pokemon or something. I can't remember,
yeah.
but
But every time he says its name, it just bleeps it out, and you're
that's
like,
but
"What
he
is he
is
saying? The N word? What is he
but
calling this doll?"
he is terrifying in this movie. Like he's a very
Yes, I
scary
have to
person.
watch this.
Um, but I'd be interested. You guys talked about 9/11 this time. In what context? Because you are both too young to remember it. So what did
Nikki
that
remembers
conversation?
it. I don't.
um
So that was interesting.
well, I remember it a little bit. I have a
Right.
very vivid memory of I didn't go to school that day, or maybe I was too young for school. I don't really remember. Me and my mom were on the couch, and she just started like crying and freaking out. And my
Hmm.
uncle called and was like, "There's about to be nuclear war," and uh, and I was like, "Fuck! There's gonna be a nuclear war, and I'm only 5."
Right.
Um, but wait, before I forget, you know what this reminded me of? What was the movie we watched a couple months ago of the high schooler boys in the
Blue Spring?
Blue
Blue
Spring.
Spring? So this reminded me of like kind of like like Bruce Spring is kind of happening in like the countryside. Like it seems
Hmm.
very like right. It's sort of like
It is,
in
yeah. Mhm.
a rural area, and then this is like very city based. It's
Yeah.
very city, very screen. And one thing about Blue Spring that's so interesting, there was like no connection outside of what you had face to face. From what I remember, I don't
Hmm.
really think there's much like phone
No.
or screens or anything. And it was set in modern when in like 2004, whenever it came out,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So that is very interesting inverse to me. I was thinking about that, and I was like, I would for whatever reason I was thinking about those boys. I was like, oh, they're just at school right now while all this is happening, you
Yeah.
know?
Which is
Mm.
bizarre because they're like graffitiing the school, they're beating up
Yes,
the
yes.
teachers, they're
They both have a
going
similar
crazy.
like dystopian darkness, but in two different locations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I was they feel linked in my brain a little bit.
And
It's
it's
interesting.
like
Yeah.
the
Go ahead.
screens aren't the problem,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's that is scary. Like you don't have that to blame it on.
Well, Japan is so interesting because in the 70s there were all these great, biker movies, and the 80s were kind of this roaring time of anime, and then you get to the point where movies like Pulse and Love and Pop and
Mhm.
Peep TV show come out, and Lane, I mean, you
Yeah.
mentioned Lane. Nobody does that kind of despair like the Japanese do. At least I've never seen it done. The Northern Europeans are known for being very depressing, but
Right.
there's nothing so what I got out of it, this movie made me very sad.
Yeah.
The whole thing just upset me. And
Mhm.
I focused a lot on the despair that these people
Mhm.
feel, and how everything is shot. This is a movie that is focused on tight spaces in like very small, like everything is getting packed into an elevator or a train, the train car scene, right? Where she's sitting there, and then it's just more and more people keep appearing next to her. And the cat in the bag, I feel that the reason why that shocking scene is so important, and it happens right in the middle of the movie, is because that's how all the characters are supposed to. They are the cat
Yeah.
that's in the bag, and their
well,
entire
yeah.
lives, like
Yeah.
what they're gonna do with their lives, is up to this burgeoning, never before seen studio audience, because this is all very
Right.
new. We're coming at this from a social media addled hellscape that we live in right now. But back then, it was these people feel nothing, and they only begin to feel anything at all by spying on other people and trying to get these little human moments of other people's lives, but they can't find it because everybody's
Yeah.
just as empty as they are. And so
Well, they're
they
all
keep
looking.
watching it. It's all like I felt very emotional towards the end with the Hikiko Mori guy, the guy who doesn't leave
Mhm.
and who
I was
wipes
just gonna
everything
bring him
down.
up. I
Yeah.
That
Like
was the most
that's
impactful to me. Yeah.
it's one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Watching this, because they do something very smart where you watch him for about a minute before he starts talking, and he wipes everything down.
Mhm.
Like he gets a chip, and then he like wipes his hand off and throws there's a lot of, this is a digression, but there's a lot of tissues in this movie. I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah.
guys
Yes.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of
Right.
disposability, a lot of people coming and like and there's a toilet, everything's getting flushed or discarded or what have you.
Mhm.
And but with that guy, when he gives that speech about, I don't want to go outside, I just feel safer in my
Yeah.
home. And I felt this intense loneliness that I don't feel in my life,
Mhm.
like at all. But I think that's what good art does, is it
Yeah.
allows you to feel
It
something like that.
yeah, no, that same scene, if it had been if the spell it casts on you didn't work, I'd have been like, this dude's just a loser. But
Well, that's
I
funny you say that.
Mhm.
Well, good. Continue. Continue.
but I felt like how he felt, like you were saying. I was just like, damn, what if I never make it out of my parents' house in this room?
Hmm. And everything's so small. Everything is so small, and there's so many shots in this of Nothing, it's stylized, obviously. There's a lot of Dutch angles based on the fact that they're carrying this camera. And so it is a dynamic film, but it's also the color palette is very muted. It's not a Nicholas Winding Refn film, right?
It's
Like there's
muddy.
not, it's muddy and it's dark and everything just feels it's got that it's what makes Visitor Q feel like such a gross movie. It's something about the aesthetic
You feel like you're
quality of it.
creeping on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
talking to Salem about this while we were watching it. I don't normally like anything in the found footage. Like I've told you guys before, I don't even really like watching movies that much, like the act of watching movies. But found footage is like the worst of that to me. And this has elements of that. It's not, but you know what I mean. Just like that like handmade quality that is often in found footage, and this just was so perfect. This is like the movie
Yeah.
that would utilize, like it has to feel like that, and it pulls it off. It really does, and I agree. It made me feel so like alone, and
Hmm.
I didn't feel alone, but I felt that they were alone. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like
A kind of aloneness that I don't understand.
I
And
do, I definitely understand that. I've
yeah.
my had family members who are exactly like the guy. Like my
Mm,
uncle is that guy. Salem knows him. He doesn't leave his house to go. He goes get
Mhm.
DVDs from the library and then he goes home. That's it. That's all he does.
right, so
And
he's living through that medium then, right?
yes,
Like
yes, and he's
that's
autistic about movies. You could tell him, hey, who directed this movie in 1963? But and he'll be like blah blah, and he knows like that. But that's all he does. And so the loneliness is like,
Mhm.
it's I don't know. I was thinking with the guy, I was like, "You're young, man. You can like get out of this." I was
Yeah.
thinking for you know what I mean. I was like, you'll be okay."
but he's trapped. I don't know if any of you have had an OCD mental illness like he clearly
Uh,
had,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that shit is hard to it's
Oh,
hard to shake.
we know it's hard. It's almost impossible. It's like a drug. I mean, I
Yeah.
have it with certain aspects of just like rotting. Like I'll be convinced my body's like rotting in real time, and
Mhm.
it's like impossible to get out of it once it starts. It's
Mhm.
the yeah, but
Yeah, because you can't think your way out of it. That's the
no,
trap.
no,
Mhm.
no.
The
That
trap is
is
you thought your way in,
yeah.
and
You got to not think.
you can't use
That's
the
what.
tools that got you into the problem to get you out of the
No,
problem.
Right.
no, no. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
But
I was
anyway,
going through
sorry
a
for
bit
the
of that
digression.
today, and like the past few days, I don't want to get into it on air, but like we've we're going through a lot of like good shit, but like all happening at once and has to happen now, and like
Mhm.
trying to make shit happen in a short amount of time, and I've just been like killing it, getting the ball rolling with shit, and it affects my whole family, and I'm like, cool, I got everything situated in a few days, and my wife is like not stressing anymore. And then today she was like, why do you seem like really upset? And I think it was just because like when I always feel like the anvil's hanging over whenever I
Mhm.
go to do anything that's gonna possibly have a very positive effect,
Mhm.
but there's that hesitancy. There's like, I don't deserve anything good. So if I do this, something bad is going to happen.
That's
Right.
OCD, sir.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
just
I
do it because it affects my whole family. So I have to do
yeah,
the thing
absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
moves us forward. So I've been doing that all week. And the whole time I'm just stressing over, because it's stressful. But then when I finally accomplish everything and I'm like, cool, everything's set up, we're Gucci. And my wife is like, oh man, awesome. This is great. She's like, why are you depressed?
The
Do
why
you
are you depressed is such a funny question.
do you
Like,
because
I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
that sort of OCD energy is to me also, and the fucked up part is a little bit like intoxicating. Like the mind, like I don't necessarily like it, but it is like drug like. And it's just very hard to get out of it once you get in. And I have this thing where I'm always like on alert. Like there's like in my brain like a red alert, and so it's for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not nothing's
Mhm.
wrong, but I because it's going off, my mind will like drift to problems to attach to it to be like that's the alert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
My
but
yeah. I think I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, you're not interrupting. I want to hear what you have to say. I'm done pretty much.
I so my OCD was very much focused, and this is gonna sound crazy, but it is what it is. I thought that I was going to switch bodies with people,
Mm,
and have to live the rest of their lives instead of my own life.
Yeah.
And so I would there are people who I've known throughout my life who it came out that they were like molesters or whatever.
mm-hmm.
And my OCD would tell me, hey, if you don't do X, Y, Z, you're gonna body swap with
Yeah.
that person and have to live the rest of your
That's really
life
scary.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this sense of shame, right? And so Nick said that it's like a drug, and here's why it is like a drug, and here's why you can not have it anymore. Like alcohol, which I still love you, boo, or cocaine or weed or vape or whatever. All of those things exist because they allow you to relinquish a sense of responsibility for what you're doing, right? All of them exist so that I can drink a couple of beers and I can get a little funny, and when I wake up in the morning, hey, that wasn't me. It was the beer. Or if I'm being a dickhead at work and I haven't had my vape, I can be like, I'm not a dickhead. I have this vape. It's because I didn't have nicotine, and the nicotine
Yeah.
would make me cool. And the OCD is the same way, right? And so the OCD is giving you what I found out was that my OCD did not want me to succeed in anything in life because it comes from a damaged inner child that wants to protect. And the same way that Hikikomori guy wants to stay in his room and never go anywhere, the OCD doesn't want me to actually succeed and do anything in my life. He
Yeah.
wants me to
Mm-hmm.
stay right where I am, doing the exact same things, and because it would always flare up whenever a
Like
book that
good things were happening.
good things were happening, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And so basically at a certain point, uh, I wish there was some magical, like, here's the 5 steps you take. But eventually you just kind of have to go like, I don't care. If
I
if
do that.
that's if
Yeah.
that's what happens, that's what happens. And then eventually, and it screams at you. I'm making this sound a lot easier than it was. I
And
had
you can't force it. Sometimes it just quit. Like I'll get involved in situations that I know are terrible,
Mhm.
terrible, and like literally last night, like something was very drawn out, it was very dramatic, very retarded, and then I just ended it because it clicked. It was over. Like the OCD was like, "Here, you have a break" or something. You know what I mean? It was like
uh,
I just could in that moment, and I took it like, and now I'm fine basically. But then it's something else is gonna catch it. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know. Well, how are you doing with it now, though, David?
it's still there. It never goes
Yeah.
away. That's the bad
Yeah, that's
news.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
That's the
it's
bad
gonna be
news.
something else.
It never goes away. And so I mean, it happens every time before I do this podcast. And we've done like
Damn.
300 episodes, but I'll start to notice and I'll start to do that. I'll like walk out of into the room and then I'll walk back out of the room and like do it again. And I'll just see a flash. It's always just a flash of
Mm,
like the person who I'm going to turn into, right? And then I have to be like, okay,
mm,
I'm just gonna walk into the room and sit down. And if I turn into the guy who's in jail or the guy who is a lose like that I consider a loser, right? Maybe he's
mm.
happy, I don't know. But if I'm switching places with these people, then that's what happens, right? Um, and yeah, you just get better at it. I mean, it's a weight,
Do you think it's
and
an Do you think it's an age thing? Like you kind of like as you grow older, it just wears it. So it just gets weaker, like a car part.
no, no,
You know
because
what I
I've
mean?
I've seen no, because I've seen old people. There was a lady, my wife used to work at Wells
Yeah, but
Fargo Bank,
some
and
some people I think nourish it better, and they make it worse. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, there was this lady, and I can see it. I know when other people have OCD because I can see
Uh,
it. And I used to drive my wife to work. She worked at a bank, and there was this lady who would sometimes be in there, and she would be there depositing whatever spare change she had.
mm,
And I'd watch the lady walk out, and I would see her walk and then stop and then walk, like retrace her steps and then do that. And she was kind of going like this, and immediately I was like, I know what you're doing. And this woman was in her 70s, maybe. So it will follow
Dang.
you forever. It's a weight. And the thing is you have to work out. So 25 pounds can be heavy to some people. Some people lift that weight a bunch, and 25 pounds isn't heavy anymore.
Yeah.
You gotta do that with your brain, or else you're gonna be fucking crazy forever.
Yeah, I'm.
You're
Yeah.
Nikki's like, oh shit. I don't.
He's
I mean, I know that. I know that. I already know that. Like, but
Oh,
I
like
that's
I
want
don't
to.
good.
really have that many vices either to go with the craze. Like I like drink a little. I don't smoke or anything. Like, uh, and so the crazy is kind of my addiction, though. You know what I'm saying? The being crazy is my vice.
Mhm.
Salem, what's your kind of crazy?
Um, I feel like I was like really crazy a few years ago, and I've just like now my biggest crazy thing is I'm just so dissociated most of the time. So it's not even anything bad. I think I do have like OCD tendencies.
Yeah, you do. I think you do.
I definitely do. It's just like more in the patterned thoughts. Like I have like patterned thoughts and loops, but I'm really good at talking myself out of it in a way because I visualize it and then I like drop out of it. I mean, it also takes sometimes it takes like literally like either Nikki or one of my homegirls to be like, you need to chill the fuck out. Like you're doing too much. And I'm like, okay. But I feel like I was way more like unbalanced a few years ago, but it was also like an era where I was like bad with like substances. I feel like I've learned now that like substances just don't help me with my mental stuff. So I'm way more like on that. This is like my most chill era. So I can't even like I don't even feel crazy anymore, but I know I am in my own ways. Um, I've also been like misdiagnosed so many times. They said I was like bipolar when I was a kid, but I don't think I have bipolar. I'm seeing a therapist now for the first time in like 10 years, and she's just like, you just have like really intense like PTSD. And I'm
Mm.
like, oh, that kind of like honestly, that just like helps me with everything. I feel like that was like the key
Mm-hmm.
that just
Mm-hmm.
like put things into like a lockbox. And then I was like, oh, like you just have PTSD. That's why I'm getting all these misdiagnoses. And I've definitely noticed. So my crazy thing now is like whatever. It's honestly just being heavily
Which
dissociated.
which goes
So
back to what David said. The wounded child. PTSD is just your. It's just another word
right,
for the wounded
yeah,
child inside of you.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
So
heard a
I
great
think.
thing. I heard a great thing, and this does help. I do this personally, but whenever I start to feel this stuff flare up, you whatever emotion you're having, you see this all the time. Like the Buddhist monks, they say you're not your thoughts, right? But a
mhm,
lot of people don't take that to its logical conclusion, which is to separate from the thought and look at it and start talking to it. And
yeah,
so you can separate from it and be like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" And the
right,
and the thought is like,
right,
"Fuck!" And you're like, "Okay, I hear you." And
mhm,
here's the real thing. Here's the
You
real
gotta be your thoughts, dad. That was such a sweet like dad. Like, hey, buddy.
yes,
Like, you gotta.
you got to be like that. You got to be like, "Listen, I'm very grateful for you.
yeah,
Like you've helped me. You
Mm-hmm.
only want to protect me. Like you're a little kid and you're afraid and
yes,
and
yes,
and you don't want me to be hurt. And I get that.
yeah,
But I'm 40 years old. Like
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna be okay. So you could chill. Here's some Power Rangers. Go chill over there. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you're gonna be all right. I'm gonna go do man shit, and we can reconvene at the
Yeah.
end of the day and see how it
yeah,
went.
My method of
I
getting
like
through
that.
all the bullshit, I don't know if I'm OCD or whatever, but like my method of getting through that kind of shit is probably not healthy at all. I bludgeon myself with responsibility and project it onto like other people who depend on me. So now it's like it it doesn't make me happy about it, but now I'm like I have to do it no matter what now. Shit.
yeah,
Like I've just made this like the like with the release of Texas Tea, every time that I have a book that I'm almost done with, like I don't ever keep it a secret. I'm like, here's the pre-order and it's this and it's coming
yeah,
out, blah blah blah. And Texas Tea is like up to so many pre-orders now that I'm like, I'm not paying all these people back. Like I have to release it.
yeah,
Mhm.
But the like and I want to, but the like demon side of me or whatever is like, I don't want to put this out.
Yeah,
Like
of
Mm,
course,
wow,
of course.
yeah,
mm, mhm.
No,
Does that
it's crazy
ever?
that you say. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
no,
cut
no,
you
no,
off.
no. That you're literally probably gonna answer the question that I was gonna ask. So please go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's crazy that you said that. That's like kind of very similar to how I am because I think the thing that chilled me out this year is that I'm just being more responsible than I've ever been. But I don't realize that's like still me driving myself insane because I'm like, I mean, Nikki knows how I am. I literally will stack a million things on my plate just to like occupy everything else in my
Yeah.
brain. It's like the thing that keeps me from like crashing out. And I'll literally like force commit myself into doing things just because it's like I don't know, that is like, but I hate it. I hate having responsibilities. I wish I could literally just like be like a fucking like bum ass bitch and not have to do anything. Like, oh my God. And I like feel like there's so many points in my life where I was just like a bum ass bitch. So I'm like, oh, I miss it. But
That's
the
extremely
thing,
woman
yeah.
behavior, by the way.
I know. I know. I'm like, I just want to fucking like hit my vape and not do anything. Like, but
Where's my year of rest and relaxation?
right, right. Like I want that shit.
My wife
But
told me the
yeah,
other
no, it's
day,
crazy.
I was like, hey, our budget's looking pretty good, but I mean, if you could get a little bit of income going, because she's a writer too, and she's like, okay, I'll work on my book. She's like, I'm not getting a job, and I was like, all right, yeah. And that's I was telling the boys in the chat that, and everybody's wife is the same way. They're just like, men go out and do things, and then the women are like, I just want to be here, be take care of the home.
Bro, that's the world.
My
That's the
my
world I want to
wife is the
exist in,
number one.
obviously. Bring
You're
it back.
What world? Oh,
Where
that world.
the men hunt and the women
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of in an
kind
inverse thing because
I'll
my
say I'm
wife, she's the number one like advanced. I don't know why they have this title, but it's called advanced smoker in the whole
hmm
county. And so I just am allowed to lay back. Like in the stipulations of this whole thing, it says husband must chill daily. And so I
right.
do it
But you have
because
to be a notary. You have to be able to notarize things.
I I failed the fucking notary exam, bro. Bad 6 times. But I don't even want
Dude.
to talk about that.
she
Fuck the
comes
notary office.
she comes home and he's just stamping papers. But it's just like one of those ring stamps that you
You know
get
what they
from
do?
like the coin machine.
At, at least in Pennsylvania, when you try to get involved with the whole notary business, they brand you with the notary. Like they're like
hmm
you have
Right.
to be notarized, and so
Yeah.
I'm notarized, but like lightly against my will.
Yeah, that would be crazy. The final step of the notary process is a big, like the
No,
demon from
bro.
Insidious just fucking tramp stamps you with the fucking notary
Oh man, where would if y'all got branded? Where would you want to get branded?
on my chest, bro.
Right here on my forehead.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's intense. That's intense.
What kind of can we pick the direction and shit, or is it just like a
It's a
pre-made
dick and
brand?
balls. It's a dick and
Dick and
balls.
balls on my dick and balls.
No, I want it on my
Obvious.
face. Like if I like fell asleep at a sleepover in middle school and someone like drew on
Oh
the
yeah,
page.
yeah.
Damn,
That's
Yeah.
what it'd be like.
that's
There's like drops going.
Right, right.
Yeah.
that's gnarly as shit. People would see that and just be like, "What the fuck kind of party were you at?"
Uh,
Like,
Real. You're like, I was hanging out with 12-year-olds.
I was hanging out with notaries.
yeah.
Oh man, that is funny. But yeah, no, so what Kelby, I didn't ask you. We've talked about 9/11. We've talked about how sad this movie made me. What vibes or thoughts or rabbit holes did you get from Peep TV show?
It it kept it was really activating my brain, but like not in a like in an existential way. Like I just felt very not like sad and lonely, but just kind of like contemplative
Mm.
and outside of myself. Cause I mean the whole thing is like what is real, and one of the
hmm
bleakest lines in the movie is when they're sitting in the car, him and the one of the Lolita girls, like the kind of the two main characters, this guy who's spying on everybody and has the website, and then the chick who's like one of the goth Lolitas. They're in the car watching these people fight, like this dude is beating his wife and dragging her across the living room and everything. And she's like, this feels so real. Or no, she says this feels like something you'd see on TV. And the guys like they're just copying things that they've seen on TV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that
I
was a
was
yeah.
good
like,
one. That was a good one.
damn, how do
Yep.
you escape the screen? Like, what is real?
Right.
Like, he's beating his wife, and they're just like, this looks like fake.
Yeah.
And they keep saying how 9/11 looked like a movie too.
Right.
I remember that feel. So actually, you know what? The first 15 minutes of this movie, I was like, where is this going? Like, what the fuck? Like
Right.
9/11, we're in Japan. What the fuck is happening? But
So
then it
I want.
starts making so much sense. And I remembered how I felt watching 9/11 because that's what it felt like. It felt like the air left the room all across the country.
I know it was probably the last great unifier besides COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know. Last there could be something I don't fucking know, but it seemed like everyone was connected in
Zootopia
some
2.
way. Zootopia too, bro. Tractor's been begging me to take him to see Zootopia
He's looking like he wants us to convince you.
Mhm.
You need to go take him.
He's gotta stop cussing, bro. He cusses at his teachers.
Right. We always say that Tractor goes to Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, we've never even watched that, but
We've never
it's just
watched
funny.
it, but
It's a
you
pretty
know,
funny show. I like it.
I like
yeah,
the clips I see on like YouTube.com.
yeah.
It's like one of those things that's completely harmless, but it's one of my wife's shows. So she likes Community,
Mm.
Mhm.
Abbott at Elementary, and then this show called Ghosts. I don't know if
Is
you've
that the
seen
one that
Ghosts.
has the dude from Severance in it?
I don't know. I've never
Adam
seen
Scott?
Sever. No, 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 no. He's not in
Okay.
it. Yeah, it's a lady who gets electrocuted and then she can see ghosts, and
Oh, it's
it's
like
fun.
Medium.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
fun. It's like it's a comedy.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so it's all the people who've died in that space. So there's like a Viking, a Native American dude, like a Civil War soldier, and a bunch of different ghosts, and they get into hijinks,
Is it a
basically.
long running
Oh,
series?
Had 4 seasons,
Oh
honestly.
damn.
damn.
That's something that's really interesting is that there are shows that just run and people like us who watch movies like Peep TV show never know exist. And
Yeah.
Which
and the
dude
people are just walking around balling out of
lately
control because they were the star
for
of
real.
I don't even know a fake name of a show, but like, name your cop show or your psychic medium show or
Right.
whatever. Like
Flesh Bullet.
Flesh Bullet. I like
That's a
that.
good one.
Um dude, Salem and I have been like watching a bunch of YouTube videos of like canceled this backdoor pilot from the 80s was canceled
Oh,
or like that
yes.
type
All
of
the
stuff. We were
sitcom stuff.
obsessed with that, like all these canceled sitcoms. We were watching
Are
like
they
different
real or
YouTube.
was it just like
No,
a
it's
funny
Oh,
real. It's
they're
just
video?
all
like
real.
no,
Yeah.
all real. It's just like
What are
videos
some
about
good
like
examples?
Okay, so
Webster.
right.
You want to say it? Say it.
Yeah, no, so we've been watching Webster like a lot lately because when I
Y'all
was
know
a kid,
Webster though.
Webster?
Y'all know Webster?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Webster. Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
so we've been
Okay.
watching a lot of Webster, and that's what kind of kicked it off because when I
Yeah.
was a kid, like I loved 80s sitcoms, so I would always watch like Punky Brewster, Facts of Life, Webster, shit like that.
Yeah.
And me and Nikki, like a huge thing of like what really like when we locked in on like just being like, damn, we literally are like siblings, was just talking about like the shit we grew up on. And so we always like just watch random shit, but I got super back into Webster and I was doing deep dives on YouTube because I love Emmanuel Lewis, like Webster, the actual
Mm.
actor.
Mhm.
And then we kept getting these like recommendations that were just like sitcom, like backdoor pilots. And so one of them was for Webster
Well,
because
we
he's
no
like,
no no. First, I watched the episode. You were like cooking or something, but I
oh
watched. I was
yeah,
like, and I was like, come in here. Webster's not even in this that much.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was like, why is he not even in this episode?
Nikki
And
No,
then
busts
it
in
was
the
like,
door like fucking Kramer and Seinfeld.
oh, dude,
Get in here.
my
Webster's not
coworkers
in this
always
episode.
my coworkers always say that I bust through the door like or like Kramer or whatever. Uh, but anyway, Webster wasn't in the fucking episode,
no,
and so
yeah,
I had
because
to
it's
go
like
get
about
Salem.
yeah, that's
And because
crazy.
it's about this country singer whose child dies and he starts a foster home. And for some reason, Webster goes visits him because he's Uncle Jake, but he's not his uncle. And the funny
Oh,
thing
that's
was
so crazy.
because the catch with Webster was like that the dad was like a famous football player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were trying to do that too with because this guy was a famous semi-famous musician,
Mhm.
and so they were trying to like
Was it Garth Brooks?
it was not Garthy. I
No, it
don't know
was some
who it
like
was.
flop like country singer who had like
Literally,
one
like
hit in the 80s, but they were like, we need to get him a like fucking TV show now.
yes, yes.
I gotta know who this is.
I'm looking it up right
I
now.
know a lot of esoteric country from the 80s lore.
Yes.
I'm looking it up right now.
I used to look that shit up a lot. There were some fun canceled Nicktoons way back in the day that just got
Yes.
one
Oh
episode.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
do you remember the one? So Cartoon Network had like a bunch of pilots that they aired, and Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, and
Yes.
Courage the Cowardly Dog were the winners of it. So they went on to have shows, but there were a bunch that didn't. And there
Yeah.
was one with like dudes who had these long dick heads.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm talking, remember what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
I don't know that.
Yeah. What was that? It was like a spaceman, right? And he went to this planet and these dudes like wheeled their giant dick heads around on these wheels. What the fuck was that show called?
I don't remember the name of it.
It was like
Pause real quick.
yeah.
His name, David, was Alex Karras.
Care.
Karras.
How do you spell it?
Karras.
Oh, like in The
You know him?
Exorcist, like
Oh.
Father
No,
Karras.
no, no.
Right,
I'm
right.
retarded. That's not who it is. That's the wrong person. That's the dad.
Okay.
But okay, wait. What the fuck is this dude's name? Why would they
See, that's
give me the
really quick. Hold
information I need?
His name was Billy Ray Cyrus.
Right.
It may have been, bro. I have more information, but I'm gonna unlock the full mystery.
Okay, hold on. I'll find it right now.
I gotta know. I'm gonna go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
Uncle Jake is played by who?
Wait, I have it right here. It's from the episode Almost Home, and
Yes.
it is
Mac Davis.
right.
Matt Davis.
Mac MAC.
Mac. Oh, Big Daddy Mac Davis.
Big Daddy Mac. He's full of protein.
Wait, and then they also have the guy from Three's Company. He shows up for that too.
Oh, John
Oh
Ritter.
yeah.
No, not him.
No.
The next door neighbor, the old guy.
Don Knotts.
I think
No,
so.
wait.
No? I don't know.
Oh, they did have he. There was another neighbor at one point.
Yeah, the old guy. Fuck, what's his name? I guess his name is Norman Fell. Wasn't he the neighbor in Three's Company, or am I making
He
that
needs
up?
to get his ass up.
Wait, this does not even look
Yeah.
like this. Hold on.
Right?
All right, David,
Yeah.
I got it.
Who is it?
Mac Davis.
Mac Davis is not ringing a bell. Damn.
Yeah,
Who-
his biggest song. Let me look on Spotify. I don't know what's
Holy shit! I
Okay,
just
wait,
looked
yeah.
up Norman Fell.
This
and
guy, he's
it's-
the old guy in Three's Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in that episode of Webster too. I don't remember who he fucking plays, but
He
he's got
literally
some-
plays like a butler or some stupid shit. Or
He,
like
Yeah.
a
he
cab
died in
driver.
2020.
Damn.
Mac Davis died.
A casualty of the
We're losing so
world-eating
many-
virus.
Yeah, we're losing so many
All
like
the greats.
good like Webster cast members. It's fucked up.
His number one song, Mac Davis, is "Baby, Don't Get Hooked on Me,"
That's so tight.
and then his fifth best song is "You're My Bestest Friend."
Mm.
Tractor wrote that one.
Bro, this one number three. This one's for Kelby. Texas is in my rearview mirror.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
And
I'm
then-
not even joking. I'm about to do a deep dive after we get off here.
Right,
And
right.
I didn't listen to any of the music, but I will too.
I'll bet it slaps.
I like old
I'm
country.
100%
I
sure.
like
yeah.
old, bro. I love Conway Twitty. He's like the
Oh, man. So
my God.
Conway Twitty is really important to me. That was my grandma's favorite, and she just
Really?
had Conway Twitty cassettes. And when she
So
passed
good.
away, she left me her car, and the car had two CDs. It was Conway Twitty's Greatest Hits and Susan Boyle. Remember Susan Boyle?
Oh my
From
God.
American
No,
Idol?
I love that her whole thing is they're just like this fucking ugly bitch can sing so good. Like I'm just like, damn, that would like fucking make me kill myself.
But check it out. This is how
That's so
funny shit
good.
is. So like my grandpa just passed away and the Susan Boyle CD was still in and I was listening to it fucking crying on the way back from getting her car. I was like I dream a dream of time. You know what I mean? Like it's good shit.
Yeah. No. What is Susan Boyle doing now? Is she still like,
I think she's dead. Hold on,
Uh,
oh
let me
she,
see.
shit,
she's killing.
no.
She kills
Not
daily.
Not Susie.
Oh, Susan's still alive. Damn, she's gotten uglier too.
She's boiling.
No way.
Yeah. Susan Magdalene
Oh
Boyle.
No, are you kidding me? She is fucking fine.
no,
Yeah.
I love this picture. She has like teased hair. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
She's having like an emo arc. She's like trying to like
Nikki's like
switch that.
Susan Boyle's gonna fuck around and get cracked.
In
Right,
my
right.
opinion, Susan Boyle has glowed up each year
You know
to a
who she
fucking
looks
crazy
like?
extent. Who?
You know who she looks like? She looks like that dude. My IG algorithm is
All
for
Susan Boyle.
Do you get Darius?
it's all Down syndrome
Yeah, do you
people.
get
You get
Darius?
Darius. Darius is amazing.
I
You
don't
don't get
know.
Darius?
I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
I get this dude, Michael, who like lives in the hood and he's a white dude with Down syndrome. But I think he lives with black people. And he like
Yes.
called
Yes.
he called one of the people's family members, like one
Yeah.
of his roommates' family members in jail, and he was like, "This your
Oh.
mama,"
It's
and
your mom, bitch.
he was like, "Shut up, shut up." He was like, "Put my mama on the phone." He was like, "This is your mama, bitch."
Oh my god.
And the kid or the dude in prison, he's like,
That's pretty
man, he's like, I
cool.
can hear your big ass head through the phone. Put my mama on. He's like, I'm your mama, bitch. It's the best
That's really
video
funny.
ever.
No, one of the best kids on IG is this little black boy. He's like 19 and his name's Darius and he does his whole thing is like stimming. So like
But it's
he's
not
like
just him.
very
His mom is a
no,
big
it's his mom.
component.
Yeah, yeah. She's
Yeah.
amazing and so it's the two of them and Darius is well known for like stimming. So I like literally like will pick up on the Darius stim. Sometimes my favorite one is the one where he's in a closet and he's just going and it's so like oh it's so good like he just makes these like vocal stems that are
Sometimes
insane.
like the bus will make his
Hmm.
stem.
Yeah, he has like perfect pitch understanding. And so if he gets on a keyboard, he can play his stems on a fucking keyboard. It's like the most like genius shit ever. And he does like sample stuff. So he'll go on YouTube and his mom will come in and he's pressing like, you know, if you press like the numbers on YouTube on the keyboard, it'll like pick up different parts of like the video.
I did
He's
not know
he's
that.
he stems by sample chopping on YouTube. It's like the
What?
craziest shit.
It's
So there's this
really
one,
sick. It's
yeah, there's this
really
one where
sick.
he's doing
But
like a
it's not
Barney
like
video
really
and it's
intentional.
yeah, no. It's just like natural. It's how he like
Yeah.
communicates.
Yeah.
He's so dope. I love Darius. He's like the
That's
dopest kid
insane.
ever. Yeah. Or actually he doesn't have Down syndrome. He just has autism. I don't know why I thought he was Downs,
Yeah,
but
Downs is very noticeable.
yeah, no, he has autism, but he's like fucking a genius. I love watching Darius videos.
He's a goat for sure.
And I love his mom's so sweet because he's still like in high school. And so she posted a video and she's just like, Darius is in the 14th grade. And I was just like, yes. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
To look him up.
Hmm.
Um, well, yeah. If we don't have any other thoughts about it, I guess we could wrap up. What do y'all think?
Yeah. I mean, I don't on the movie. No, I really liked it though, and because it really made me feel something. And shout out to the last guest. It did kind of. Kelby, actually, want to ask you. You said this reminded you of 4chan, and I didn't know. I don't know what you mean by that.
So 4chan is a very rudimentary kind of forum site where people first went to be disaffected and trolling and just transgressive for no reason, like just
Mm,
for the just because.
mm,
So the aesthetic of it is really nasty. A lot of the Pepe the Frog memes, you know, that when they got affiliated with like Nazism and shit like that come from the aesthetics of like 4chan shit.
gotcha.
Um, so it reminded me of that because it's very the analog aesthetic of it feels, you know, rudimentary and also chaotic, and it also feels like mean spirited but not in a way that you can understand
Mm,
just from like a disaffected emotionless kind of standpoint. um it's not
interesting.
it's too sad to say the movie feels like evil, but it just feels like
Mm.
there's an evil around
It
it.
does have an evil to it, yeah, for sure. Also, real quick, one of the funniest blink and you miss it jokes is when the Gothic Lolita girl is talking about the phases of fashion that she went through. Like real
Mhm.
quick, one of them is an SS officer. Like she's got the full uniform
Yeah,
on and like the
yeah,
swastika.
Oh my
That's
God. That's so crazy.
yeah. That was one of the
which
that's
is a
early. That's
thing.
like in the first
Yeah.
minute of the movie.
Yeah, it's early in
She's
the movie. Yeah.
Damn.
she's
Yeah.
like, I've gone through all of my, all these phases I've gone through. I've never felt like the real me or whatever.
I thought it was I thought it was interesting too. There was the girl who eventually goes crazy and starts like fucking her boyfriend and like
Right, right.
she her speech the speeches in this movie are the most interesting
Mhm.
aspect of it to me because her speech I've never thought of it this way, but she talks about how she's always thought of herself as ugly. And then once she found these clothes
That
uh
yeah.
that like all of a sudden it wasn't that she suddenly well she felt pretty, right? But like it was she didn't say like I became pretty. It was like she sent it out into the clothes and she's like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter
That was
anymore
very interesting. We
if
talked
I'm
about
ugly
that
or
a little
not.
bit too. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
she
it
was
was
like, it was like, it like filled, it literally, like, there's like a gap in her, and it, like, the clothes was like, it's kind of a cheap, like, fit. Not cheap, but, I mean, it's implied that it is, because it's clothes, like like, not even concrete, like, something below concrete to fill it. That's gonna
Yeah.
hmm
mess up.
hmm
You know what I mean? Because, and I was like, oh, yeah, you're in high, you're like, your early 20s. It was a very early
Yeah.
20s movie, too, that
It
captured that
is.
feeling of kind of I don't know, for me at least, like just kind of like feeling like aimless and drifty, and I mean,
Yeah.
y'all had kids early, so it's kind of different. Maybe I don't know. I couldn't imagine having a kid in that stage of life,
a kid in what stage of life?
like early
Being
20s, like one of
aimless and
these.
drifty.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
it's
You know
a
what I'm saying? And
it's
which is
it's a
good because I think that's a fucking stupid period to go through in a way because it's just like
Mhm.
it's selfish and it's like
hmm
it's you know what I mean but it, it's innocent in a way it's immature but I don't know you just kind of have to do it but having a kid just fucking like you don't have to if you do that while you have a kid you're a fucking loser and I've seen many
Yeah.
people do that and I'm like you're a fucking loser but like I imagine you just fucking power through. You get your shit together like really quick. Now you
Some
got other
people do,
people
some people
depending on you.
don't. Yeah,
I
some people
know.
do. So
I just say
I didn't really start enjoying life until I was 33 or
yeah, you
34.
told me that, and
Yeah.
that's
That's
crazy because
beautiful though, because that makes me feel like okay, like good.
I
yeah.
know
I
I'm
started
I
like
enjoying
feel
life like last
life
year.
is endless.
I know I've
Yeah.
been like not, and I'm like fucked type
Yeah,
shit. Like oh my
the
god,
20s are going to be a struggle no matter what you
Right.
do.
Right.
It depends on what kind of struggle you want. So you could do office drone struggle, you could do manual labor struggle, you could do disaffected mental illness struggle, whatever it is,
what if
Right.
you do all of them at the same time?
or you could do the hat trick, bro. You could do it like whatever you want. But
Right.
once you hit your early 30s, you start to be like,
Yeah,
I
but
just can't
you
don't
guys like
fucking
got
care.
you guys got the like the lock on the 30 shit. Like you're already dads, you're already like settled down. Like it seems like a easier transition. Like if you're like, yeah, I don't know, you know what I mean? It makes more sense. Like that would fit and be good, like and
Right,
comfortable. But if you
right.
don't have that and you're going into your 30s, I feel like you're like kind of like fucked up or something. Like you're like just like useless now because you didn't become a father or something. I don't
Mm,
know.
I
Maybe
think
what?
not.
about
I mean
this a
that
lot because the way that I see a lot
I'm
of
just saying that's how I feel. Like I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like I'm gonna be useless if I'm not a father like soon.
You
Like that's
are.
great. I know, bro.
I'm kidding. Go ahead, Kelby.
Oh, yeah,
not
that's
like
right.
that feeling. I say it all the time. I'm like, how do people in their like how do people our age even get through the day without kids? But
Mhm.
at the same time, kids make it so much harder, but they as far as yourself shit, I guess they just destroy like the struggles you have with self because you just don't have time to
hmm
feel any of that
That's what
weird.
I always thought. I was like, if I had a kid, I wouldn't care what I looked like. I wouldn't be insecure about anything. I would just care about my fucking kid.
It
You know what I
focuses
mean?
your attention out, and I've often compared my brain. You know, in Looney Tunes, whenever Elmer Fudd is going hunting for Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny just like turns the barrel of his gun around and he shoots himself in the face. That's my brain. It's with that barrel pointed like right back at me. And having a kid just turns it back. It aims it outward. That's the
That's
secret
that.
to everything. And
Yeah.
it doesn't
And you guys
necessarily have to
are,
be
oh,
kids.
man.
Like Nick,
I know, but that's
if
the
you don't have a
number one
kid,
though. One though.
it's the number
It's a good
one.
one.
It's the easiest one because
It's the easiest
they'll
one.
die if you
But it's
don't
also
help
the
them.
easiest one to fuck up. Like I went back home to Florida for Thanksgiving, and this was like a very like reconnecting with people trip. Like, and I was just at like random people's houses I vaguely knew, and all these people who last time I saw them were like teenagers, and now they got kids, and their house is disgusting. And it's like I'm like, oh my god, how'd y'all people fuck up so bad? Like there's a roach on my shoe, and you got a 6 year old. Like, get the and but I was like, you didn't like. Come on,
Like the
figure it
baby
out.
from Breaking Bad. Remember that
Yeah,
episode where they crushed the
no,
guy's head with
no,
the ATM?
Yeah.
You know
no,
what I mean?
no. I never watched Breaking Bad.
Nag, 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 nag.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, but having a kid, and y'all like your wives. You love your wives. A lot of people do not like the people they have child with.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, I'm not saying you like have, but y'all set up to have a very successful and good. Like, the groundwork was laid. Like, I'm kind of fucked. Like, I'm not. I don't know. Like, I gotta figure something out.
Nikki,
Well,
I was fucked beyond fucked in my early 20s.
listen to the
And
Well, I'm
listen
in
to
my
the
late 20s, bro. I'm
listen to the
28,
first
so
episodes of Agitator.
I have.
Listen,
And I
so you
know,
yeah,
know,
that's how
so
it
and
you
I
is.
so
know.
now that I was thinking about this, the other, it's like now that I'm a host, I gotta struggle for like 5 years. So I'm like, I gotta catch up to you guys, bro. I
No,
did
I
listen to the early ones. Oh my god, and I was like, and they inspired me, but also I was like, these guys have wives and kids and crazy jobs, and they still go hard. Like I need to go fucking as hard as I can. Like, and I don't have any of that shit.
I
Like, you know what I mean? I
I
don't
guess I
know.
have a thought though to just like put out there that I think like the way life works is like there's so many different fucking paths that everyone can
Yeah.
take, and I've just chosen to like never compare my path to others. I just look at the paths as like we're all on like a fucking there's a fucking journey to the end, and then even that's like its own thing. So I always am just like I live a very untraditional life. Like I'm never gonna have kids. I'm like just like doing I'm trying to like just make the life for me like as good and like happy and positive. The people on my path, I want them to be happy and positive too. So I'm just like I don't know. I feel like I mean I'm only 27 right now, but I'm like very excited for my 30s and my 40s and my 50s and my 60s and so on because I'm just like it's just life, and I don't want to like be I don't know. I just want to be like fucking like enjoying it in any way. And I don't know. I just think like everyone's got like everyone's living an untraditional life basically. So I
Mhm.
just think like I think Nikki, it's probably more of like an OCD thing, honestly, to be like in the thought loop about that because like
Yeah,
it
I
makes
know, because
sense.
it's
You're
all
at a
connected. It's
transitional
all
age.
connected to what I said. The rotting, bro. Like I see it as
Mm.
I get every day as I get older. I can feel my bones like rotting. I can feel my hair falling. I can see my hair falling. I can see myself deteriorating like in
But
real
it's kind
time,
of
and that's
cool
part
though.
of.
It just means that like you're like living though. I don't know. I'm like
I know. Yeah, it is kind of
whenever
cool.
whenever like I'm like I have fucking gray hair coming in, but I have fucking like emo hair right now, and it's fucking dope because I'm like, yeah,
It
I'm
is
fucking
though.
27 and I have fucking like gray hair coming in. It's fucking dope as fuck. Like, I don't know, but I guess it's because I have friends who are younger than me. I have friends who are older than me, and I think that balance always keeps me sort of like grounded in just the
I feel.
reality of it, you know? Just like we're all at
These
different stages.
sides, these sides are
Yeah.
both silver right now. You can't really
That's fucking
see
awesome.
they.
Yeah.
It is cool. It's cool
It is.
because
It means you've
because
been
you
alive. You're like
because
living.
yeah,
Yeah.
you stop caring about stuff like that.
Even
And
like
also,
even
I
like
mean,
wrinkles and shit. I have some
yeah,
fucking like I have like fucking wrinkles coming in. It's fucking dope. I'm like, I don't know. Sorry, I mean to cut you off.
if you have the right wrinkles, some people have the frowny
Right.
wrinkles. That's sad. Like Alan Moore,
Right.
just kind of looks like he's melting like a candle.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I mean, and also this is not the first life and it's not the last. That's the
Yeah.
That's
important
true.
thing.
That's true.
It's
That
and it's
wrapping
important.
around to the beginning.
Yeah, it's important not to cut it off too soon. That's always a tragedy. But like
Right.
uh you want to live it to its full extent because I want to see what the point is because I know that when it ends, whether that's suddenly and unexpectedly
Hmm.
or after a protracted illness or just one day in my sleep, I know there's going to be an answer right there at the end. Like that
Yes.
Tobias Wolff story, Bullet in the Head, where a guy robs a bank. It's like a 3-page story. A guy robs a
Oh,
bank and
that
shoots a
sounds
guy in
good.
the head, and the bullet goes into this dude's head, and you live his whole life before
Bro.
the bullet comes out the other side. And I think that's what's going to happen. No, like no matter what, like
Yes.
that life review. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had a thought. It reminds me a lot of the movie Enter the Void.
I love that movie.
True,
It's great.
true.
Yes. Yes,
It's great.
that's how I think it's gonna be. It's
Yep. And
like
then,
DMT trip when you die.
hmm hmm mm. And I've been on the DMT trip, and it's interesting. I
Did you
think
see
that
the
Um,
Duendes?
I saw the Duendes, and I saw
Yes.
so basically
did
what
you really?
happened. I did. So
Yeah.
what happened with mine was they put the so I did DMT twice. The second time was really funny because it was me and my buddy Jason, and it was like the leftover DMT, and we were
Mhm.
smoking it out of like this weird little crack pipe, and it was like we were like pressing the bubble of reality, but not breaking
Mhm.
through. But the first time we put a bunch of it on like a bowl of weed, and I was very afraid, and so like I put the lighter up to it, and I went like out of the bong and got like nothing. And they were like, "Don't be a bitch." I'm like, "I'm not a fucking bitch." So I torched it and like I leaned back and I remember Jason like he looked at me, he was like, "Damn dude, you did a lot." And
Oh
then
my
like
god.
Oh.
like the curtain falls and I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Stargate, but like
Mhm.
in Stargate when they go through the Stargate, like all the stars like f flying at him and shit.
Uh,
So like that happened, and then it was like reality dropped like a curtain, right?
Yes.
And I remember the comparison that I made when I woke up was like looking at an art book of Star Wars. Like there's this one page in like the tabletop, the thick like original trilogy art book. There's like you open it up and it's like a 2-page spread of the Mos Eisley spaceport bar. It was like that. But everything was
Whoa.
like neon and people's skin were orange. And it's exactly like people report. It's like they come up to you and they're like, "Where have you been? What's been going on?" And then
Yes.
I was there for, you're there for it seems like forever. And then you kind of
Mhm.
come back and like everything still has tracers and it's weird. And my buddy Jason had done it while I was in the thing and like he came back and he was like, "Dude, this Mexican guy gave me apples." I was like, "Hell yeah, bro."
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's the death experience, and it changed my whole life because it was like, oh, it's not. You immediately stop being afraid of
I'm
dying
trying to
after
do that.
that.
Yes.
I'm trying to do that. I'm supposed to do ayahuasca in Brazil with Curtis this year. So
That's scary. That's scary. I've never done that. That's scarier to me. There was one time that I knew this person who I really didn't want to be around, but they had a like a the root, not the other part, but they had
Mhm.
the root.
uh,
And I thought they might combine them and we might do ayahuasca. So I spent a lot of time with somebody who I didn't like because I thought I might get something out of it. That was a lesson. Uh, but that one's scarier to me because it's more
Yeah.
sustained, and I've
yeah,
heard
he said it was very
people
scary.
like this whole DMT thing is like it's like 5 minutes. It's like,
Yeah.
and then you're back and you're like, oh shit. But with ayahuasca, it's 3 days. You got to go on dieta first. They don't let you use
Yeah.
toothpaste. You can't use
Yeah,
toothpaste. You can't eat wrong food. Like you can't eat anything. You
right.
have to fast. I mean, and
Yeah.
people have come back from that psychotic, right? Like
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to do all that.
No, you should do DMT instead. Like that's
Yeah.
like I think I've been kind of like saying to you for a few years, good psychedelic trip. I'm normally not that kind of like I'm wookish in ways, but I'm never like telling people to do psychedelics.
I think
But
you're right because
I
I'm
think
on
you
like the
have a
edge. You know what I'm
you are
saying?
you've been since I met you, you've had this thing where I'm like, you just need this one like last thing that's sort of like
yeah.
and you're in your Saturn return right now. It's like the best time for you to like do that, honestly.
Mm,
It is. It is. It's good.
that's a
And
good
that's
point.
that's my whole thing is I will only do drugs if it's to the extreme. So if it's weed, it's going to be that super powerful gummy. If
Right.
it's acid, it's going to be
You're
the
just
last time
licking the
I
sheet.
the last time I did it, me and my buddy Eric, we each ate like a 10 strip, and it was crazy
Bro.
because
Wow.
we spent a long time yelling at like there were like gnomes in the freezer. We were yelling at them, and then we broke all the potted plants in his house, and then we decided that the way to drink beer was to pour it on the top of our heads. And
No.
I was on the floor in his kitchen, like, and all this beer was around me and potting soil and
Mhm.
shit. And I thought I was Mel Gibson in Braveheart, and I was like fighting, you know? And then we like came 2 hours later, and we were standing there like in our underwear, like covered in beer and potting soil, and we were like, damn, we did it again. We
That's
went on a journey.
awesome.
And then he took out a guitar and started playing it, and I was
Oh
still tripping
man.
balls. But like I thought he was like this, I thought I was walking through this quiet, snowy wood, and I'd come upon a fire, and he was playing these songs. And then my wife called me. And it was 3 in the morning, and she was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Tripping balls with Eric." And she was like, "You fucking asshole!" And I started crying again. Like all my stories tonight are like me crying, but like I like to start. I was like, "I'm so fucking sorry." But anyway, that was my goodness. That was maybe 15 years ago now. That was a while. But
15 years ago was what year? 2010.
20, yeah, that sounds right. 2010,
That's fucked
2011. We were
up, bro.
listening to a lot of Das Racist. Y'all remember that rap group
Hmm.
No.
from Brooklyn? It's Heems and Kool-Aid D.
Vaguely, it sounds
DAS
familiar.
Racist.
Yeah,
You remember them,
Kool
Salem?
Aid went on a tear.
Yeah, he was putting out a
He went on a
mixtape like
solo
every
tear.
month. And it was like the mixtapes would have like 30 songs. He put one out
He
like
put out
every
that
Impossible.
one mixtape that had like 215 songs on
yeah.
it. I was
Yeah.
like,
He
this
would do
is
that occasionally.
He was on
ridiculous.
his like Lil B type shit
I
for a
was about
while
to
there.
say that sounds like some low B like behavior. I
Hmm
love that.
hmm
And only like three songs would be good, but
Yeah.
Well,
you
yeah.
download it because he did 200 because he made 200 of them.
Yeah.
He
Just
can just he's really good at freestyling. So
Yeah.
they're all entertaining, but they're not all that great.
No,
you,
it's like
Can you
a
freestyle,
Viper.
David?
Oh, Viper?
It's like Viper,
Y'all
yes.
cowards don't smoke crack?
Yep.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, well, there was a point like a few months ago where me and Nikki are driving around and we're talking. I think it was like right after Viper got caught like with all that crazy shit where
Yeah,
they're like
that's like
he's
a
like
year or two
kidnapped a
ago now,
woman.
which
Oh
is
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
We're driving around that news breaks and I'm like I actually haven't listened to Viper in a second. I wonder if he's still dropping music. And the first album I click on, there's a song called Crack DeMarco, and I'm like, let's listen. And it's just
Oh,
him
it's crazy.
freestyling over like Freaking Out the Neighborhood by Mac DeMarco. And I'm just like, this shit's so amazing. I'm happy that he's like still just doing this, but
Yeah, that's
then I was
art,
like,
man.
damn, but he's like kidnapping women and shit.
Oh,
I
well that's not great. You guys listen
know. So bad.
to Nephew,
I was
RXK
about to
Nephew?
say,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
his songs are very
Yeah,
Viper-esque. He's
they
just this
are.
side of sane. Uh,
Yeah.
but his shit's
What's
he's
amazing.
always like
what's the
shooting
like
guns in his living room and shit. Like
what's the like demon thing that he always talks about? Slither Man, right?
Slitherman,
Yeah.
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 That shit scares me. I'm like, oh my God.
Slitherman, and it's like a snake but with his head on
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
It's like Elm Street 3 vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, he's great. I like insane people. I like outsider artists. Have you
Me
guys ever
too.
seen the what is it called? The Throne of the Third Temple, I want to say. Let me Google this
What's
real
that?
quick. Te- the Throne of the Third Heaven is what it's called. So this guy was a janitor and he passed away, and when they went into his apartment, he had constructed this entire like Google Throne of the Third Heaven. He built that in his apartment out of like aluminum foil.
That's crazy.
Check it real quick. I'll wait.
One second. What did you say? Throne of
The
the.
th
Whoa,
the
this
throne.
is beautiful.
It's the Throne of the Third Heaven. It'd make a good Salem album title, by the
Wow.
way.
This is so
Yes, it
beautiful.
would. Oh my. This looks
Wow.
like This looks like the picture for this one Dennis Johnson. Oh, but it literally is. It literally is for a Dennis Johnson poetry collection, and it
Oh,
is.
this.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Y'all fuck with Dennis Johnson?
Oh yeah, of course.
We've talked about it. We've talked about it actually.
Yeah, of
Angels
course.
is like a huge influence on me. I love that book.
There's
Yeah.
been some Dennis Johnson hate lately.
Who?
People on
hating?
Substack.
What's up with Substack? I hear everyone's like, Substack's rotting. It's rotting in its core, and if you partake in it, you'll rot too. What's
I'm
up
doing
with
good
that?
on Substack right now.
I know. I read
I don't
all
know.
anytime. I'm debating on making one. You guys inspire me because I read it every time I see it come up.
Yeah, I'm selling books off Substack, so I don't know what those people are talking about, but it's like any social media, it's going to be infected by.
Yeah.
You know what
Uh,
I'm super into is like writers who publish things on Internet Archive. That's like something I want to do next is like get into
Mm.
publishing on Internet Archive because it's just such like a
Salem a great writer,
beautiful
by the way. That's important for this podcast.
right. I haven't put anything up online, but I like love to write. It's just I want to put something on Internet Archive because it's such like an interesting like platform that's not really being like utilized as much.
I think that'd be really
yeah,
dope.
it's
And
bizarre to put something new, like to publish something there.
yeah, but the
No, I
way
think it's
because
cool though. In
the
a
way
way.
that and the way that the website is set up is if you publish something on there, it gives you this sort of like ebook like way of
Yeah.
viewing
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
Yeah.
love the like turning the page aspect of it. And I don't know, it reminds me of like MediaFire when people just like drop music through MediaFire. And I'm like, I want to publish like writing on Internet Archive because there's a few people that I know who've done that before. And it's just such like a beautiful like layout. And it honestly also just seeing someone drop that link, I'm so like drawn to it because I'm just like, what the fuck is this on Internet Archive for? It kind of is like
Yo, that is
I like
so
love that.
interesting. I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal that. I love
No,
that idea
you should. My
because my new
partner
book is
is
just gonna be like it's just gonna be print only,
yeah,
but I could
yeah.
also do the Internet Archive thing. But go ahead, sorry.
You should. No, I was just going to say my partner like really inspired me with that because he wrote this story and it's like he's like he grew up very like in like the Christian like Southern Baptist like world and his dad's like a pastor and stuff. So his writing is very like biblical. And he wrote this like thing that he doesn't even understand what it was because he's like I think he said he was like really like on shit when he wrote it, but it just
Hmm.
like reading it on Internet Archive was just such like it felt like it honestly it has a feeling of like watching PEEP TV show. It's just that like old internet feeling, and
Mm.
it really brings you into like I don't know, just made me really like engaged with the writing too. Because sometimes my problem with reading is like in the digital age, it's really hard sometimes to focus, or it's also just hard to like read on certain platforms. So I like things that are like untraditional or just published in untraditional ways. Like
Mm-hmm.
I and I'm kind of more like new to like underground literature. So like I just recently got into Dennis Cooper and I loved
Mm-hmm.
his book
Mm-hmm.
The Sluts because the
It's
way
one of
that
the
was
best books of
written
all time.
it
Yes.
is and it's literally like
Mm-hmm.
in my top like 5 now. Like I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
number 1 honestly. It
Have
was
you read
just
Frisk?
no,
No,
I haven't
we
That
have
is
that.
the
I think
that
I
is
gave you
the
yeah.
that.
most fucked up book I've ever read in my life.
Really? Okay,
It's
yeah.
tough. It's
I
tough.
right now I have what is it? It's like the marbled swarm. That's the
That one's
one that
good
I
too.
have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that. It's kind of
It's
hard for me
very
to get into
architectural.
after
That
yeah, and
one's very
it's harder to read after like getting off straight from the sluts. And I was reading his like online published stuff on his website because Nikki
yeah.
was like introducing me to his
His
work through
gift
that way.
novels.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just so like I don't know, I love that because it's very immersive. And he's like an OG fucking like dude writing this shit. Like he's so like I don't know, like I sometimes have a hard time with like the newer sort of people who try to write like that and publish things in that way when I'm just like, you're not even about it. Like this dude's like an
Hmm.
old fucking gay man and he's like talking about like fucking like just like fucking like little twinks and like
And
fucking
it's
killing them and
nasty.
shit. It
Like
is. It's so
closer,
nasty.
frisk, the George Miles cycle. That's that five
Yeah.
book sequence.
Mhm.
And it's closer, frisk, period's the last one. But anyway, that whole series is very it makes you feel gross.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
in a cool way.
the
Yeah.
Sluts and Brokeback Mountain are the best gay shit I think I've ever
Right.
read or watched,
And
and
RuPaul's Drag Race.
both
Yeah.
because they feel so violent. Like
Yeah.
Brokeback
Yeah.
Mountain is romantic, but it's like visceral. Like when Heath Ledger
Yeah.
spits on his hand in the
And
tent,
it's
I
I
was like,
know I'm like
oh
that's not
God.
even like how people
Kelby,
fuck either. That's what's crazy about it.
you know what's crazy about Brokeback Mountain? Larry McMurtry wrote the screenplay,
Yeah,
which is
Yeah.
dope to me.
yeah,
I don't know, that's cool. I know you like him a lot, so fun fact.
yeah. That's pretty crazy.
But
Because
he's not
I
even
remember,
gay.
no, he's not, and he's from Texas, and I like
What?
my great grandmother was really hyped on Brokeback Mountain just because it was a cowboy movie, and she was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
hey, new cowboy movies coming out, that'll be good. And we watched it, and I watched it with her because she wanted to watch it because it was a cowboy movie. I didn't really know what it was about. She thought it was a cowboy movie, and we were like, oh boy. And she
Right.
was like, what the fuck? And uh yeah, it's bizarre that it really did just come from, like, I mean, yeah, Larry McMurtry is a straight Texas
But he
boy who
what's also
wrote
funny about that is
westerns.
he that's an adaptation of a short story by a woman. So
Annie Prue,
that's
yeah.
yeah. You know her? I never read anything by her.
I read
Is she good?
when the book came out, I've read Brokeback Mountain, basically.
Did you like this story?
I did. Yeah, she's a very good writer. It's very minimalist. I think the book
Yeah.
itself is like 100 pages. It's very short.
Wow.
But Salem, if you like Dennis Cooper, also look at Gary, Indiana,
Okay, let me write this down.
Rent Boy,
Wait,
Three
Gary,
Month,
Indiana, like the author, or
the author. Yeah, yeah, not the city. Don't
No,
go there.
that's a beautiful name, Gary, Indiana. Like
Yeah,
for an
don't go to Gary, Indiana if you're a gay
I
person. I don't think that would
Gary,
work out.
Fuck
no,
yeah.
Gary, Indiana's so dope. I've
That
driven
big
through there
black
so many
song.
times.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about the big black song.
Dude, there was speaking of Big Black, what was his other band? Shellac? Did you ever listen to
Yeah.
Shellac? So,
I don't like them as much.
but there's a
What
song
about like
like
Rape Man?
Rape
I
Man is good
liked,
too.
I think
Yeah.
Rape Man, it was for me, it was like Rape Man, then Big Black, then Shellac.
For sure.
Shellac
Shellac has
has
like
that one
old
though,
man
like
music.
what's the song called though? It's like Prayer for it's like the first song off one of their records, and it's about a guy who's been broken up with, and it's he just wants God to kill the other dude.
That's
It's
a
one of the
good
Oh,
one.
I
it's one of
know.
the
I need to listen to that now.
prayer. What?
That'd be
Hold on, I gotta look
convenient.
it up because it's gonna bother me if I don't know. Shellac prayer has to be the first thing that comes up. Prayer to God. Yeah, it's prayer to God.
Mhm.
That's a great song.
It's like called prayer to somebody.
Who would they be praying to? But it's like, but the end of it is just like these intense industrial sounding guitar. Like it sounds like the song is coming apart and he's just yelling like, please fucking kill him. Just fucking kill him. Just fucking kill him
That's amazing.
over and over again. It's a great song.
Mhm.
It's a great
All right,
song.
I'm gonna have to listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like the Sluts is very in the same like realm as Peep TV show. I've been like consuming a lot of
Yes.
media that's in that sort of
Mm.
feeling because the thing about the two is there's like I really love voyeuristic media. I'm very into anything that feels voyeuristic, and those are like 100% that feeling. And um, I don't know. I think the thing too about like to go back to Peep TV shows, honestly, like I love how it's kind of an early like it kind of is like predicts the like cam like person like
Oh,
archetype
the
like just like
streamers. You're
yeah, just
right.
like streamers. I mean, literally, like Nikki was like, "This is like Kai Cenat like type stuff," and
Mm.
even then, I mean, when I was watching, I mean, the pornographic elements of it were interesting because it reminds me of like I think it was like the late 2000s. There was this guy who set up like cameras in his house, and he was just live streaming his like day to day life, and it became like less about him just like being a person in his house and like watching his life and it became just like kind of like pre like OnlyFans type thing because he was like in his house like jerking off and then his girl would come over and they would fuck and then he would like take a shower but like these like gay forums like there's this one LPSG they have like all of his stuff archived on there and they sort of like it turned into just like a way the I don't know just like it's interesting to see what people do with like voyeuristic media because it can either turn pornographic, it can turn violent, or it could just be bleak, or it can be just like you're just watching nothing almost. And
Mhm.
I love like when people are allowing themselves to be vulnerable enough to just like set up cameras and do things. And now it's like with like the existence of like Twitch streamers and like just IG live and TikTok live, it's like it has that feeling still, but it's like a new version of it that's interesting. And it's still, I don't know, it's still interesting to see like when even on like TikTok live, I've seen people who like just start like streaming in their bedroom and then months later they're like doing OnlyFans. And I'm just like, was like, it's just crazy to see that trajectory of just like, wow, this can go anywhere. Or they like
Like,
start
yeah.
just doing that and then they're like now just like doing like game streams. And I'm just like, wow,
Mhm.
like it really is just like up to the audience gets to decide their fate in a way, and that's what's
It's
like
such
so
a.
crazy about
That's
it.
so true. It's such a strange path to stardom now, being like a
Mm-hmm.
streamer or something where you're not doing anything other than just like doing an activity. Like most of these people
Yeah,
aren't like creating or doing anything. I feel like 10 years ago the goal was like a rapper. Like I'm a SoundCloud rapper. Like I want to be
yeah,
like kids. You know what I mean? Like teenagers like I want to be a rapper because maybe they didn't want to like the artistic side, but they wanted the fame. So now they just I want to be a streamer. I feel like has
yeah,
replaced that. You know what I mean? Do y'all see that
I
or?
do, and I think that what you're talking about when you were talking earlier about the fact that it can turn pornographic or violent or what have you, but it's more from this voyeuristic angle. And now with streamers, it's a little bit different. It's the Marshall McLuhan thing, right? The medium is the message.
Mm-hmm.
And
mm-hmm.
so no matter what you say through that medium, the medium itself is what's being said. And
Yeah,
so I think that the kind of the medium of something like Peep TV show is cameras that have been hidden to document people, so people are still going to be people, and we're going to
mm-hmm.
interpret that in our own ways. I really liked, by the way, when you were talking about the proto OF stuff, where the guy is like, "Where's your G spot?" And
Yeah,
the girl
Hmm.
touches her nipple, and he's like, "You gotta say
yes,
it." And
right,
she's like, "My nipple." And he like busts
yes,
as soon as she says
yes,
nipple.
yes.
It's like back in the
I
day.
was literally like quoting that part to Nikki while it was coming on. I was just
Yeah.
like, I love this part. It's so like crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna
It's
cut you off,
no, no,
but
you're good. It's crazy, but it's also reminds me of how back in the day women couldn't show ankles because people thought it
yeah.
was too sexy.
Bro.
And now you look at that and it's like, I would not be busting if somebody told me that they had
No.
nipples.
You
No,
never you
no,
never
no,
know. You never know,
no,
David.
no. I
But
mean,
do,
if they did, but no, but the whole
What
thing,
if I
right?
told you they're pointy?
I'm done.
what if
I'm
oh my
there,
god.
bro.
What if they spin? What if they rotate?
Right.
You got them rotators?
Yeah, some women
Dog,
do.
don't bring those rotators around me.
Hey, that 40th birthday party is gonna be
Hey, it's gonna be
it's gonna be rotatious.
it's gonna be rotations. But no, the so now we have things like TikTok Live and IG Live and all the
Mhm.
streaming, and it does feel more performative, but that's because the medium has gotten progressively
You know what's funny?
more capitalist, right?
Yeah.
It's more towards selling things, and this movie predicts that beautifully because at
Yeah.
a certain
Crazy.
point she says,
She wants to get paid for what she's
why
doing.
don't we
Yeah.
sell
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it goes from so it's basically this new burgeoning media, which is the internet and
Mhm.
social media, etc. And it's losers, right? Basically talking to each other.
Mhm.
And then it's losers spying on normal people and finding out that they're very
Yeah.
much not normal. They're beating each other's asses and
Right.
whatever. And then all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, we should get paid for this." And then all of a sudden now she's like she becomes the
Mhm.
OF model as soon as it's,
Yeah.
"Hey, let's get paid for this." And now her
Well,
life, she's given her life over to
Yeah.
that thing. Now, can we connect that to 9/11? Or are they just are these two things just being put together because they're moments in time that happened?
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
because 9/11 was an orchestrated thing to make money.
Oh shit. Damn. I like that. I like that. Let's think about that. So we have 9/11. It's talked
Mhm.
about in terms of in the film, it's talked about as something that pretty much every character enjoyed watching,
Yeah.
I
right? They're like,
loved it.
we really liked it, and now we want to look beneath the rubble. And so you
Yes.
have the Twin Towers, you have these two pillars of world trade. Oh, wait, this is getting interesting because they talk about there's that guy who's giving the speech and his girlfriend, live-in roommate, whatever, is like you're talking about how US imperialism and this like pay me what you owe
Yeah.
me. Wait,
Yeah.
we're getting somewhere now. So
Yeah.
like so this guy's
I,
talking
I
about
felt I
US.
connected most to that bitch in that moment too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
people
Right.
are
Right.
like,
Right.
it's like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
okay, yeah, you're up on your high horse. You owe me money, bitch.
Right. Right.
Now
Right.
come to the real world. Come to the real world where you live and breathe.
But right,
Right.
all these ideas are now like they're swirling around now, right? Like two pillars, capitalist institutions. They're
Mhm.
blown up by fundamentalists. The fundamentalists believe that they are going to heaven because they're doing this jihad. Now we have these people arguing about it, and they're arguing about US imperialism and how that affects Japan and how nobody's innocent and we're all complicit in this. And somebody else is saying, hey, just give me my money. So it's like this Ouroboros back to capitalism. We have the evil voyeuristic cat suffocating aspect of
Mhm.
this that kind of mutates into a relatively, I would say, tame voyeuristic document of this Lolita girl's boring life that she's now making money for. There's
Yeah.
something there, but I'm not smart enough to find out what it is. But those are the pieces. So
Yeah. Yeah.
churn those around.
What did you all think about the fact that um, no one really talked in the movie until the guy? That's why when the guy's literally talking to, I mean, there's the couple and stuff, and I really love the aspect of it that you're like in other people's lives. Because I was kind of confused at first, like, oh, we're gonna like get to know these people, and you do, and I wasn't kind of expecting that, and I love that though, and in any medium, like when you're just like. You see glimpses into the like background characters, or someone who's not the focus, and they did it really well. And I think as we were talking about earlier, the guy who's like never leaves his house, it was so effective because no one else was talking.
Mm.
A little bit like the girl who fucked her boyfriend, like did her thing, and like
She's
it
got her
was like
poetry. Yeah.
her
Right.
BPD, her BPD
I
of her
liked her poetry,
poetry.
by the
I
way.
loved
So
it.
did
I
we. It was great,
know. That was amazing.
but that guy was so like earnest. You know what I mean? I don't
Hmm.
know.
You know
Hmm.
It
what's
really
funny?
worked.
Or not what's funny. What's interesting is I feel like the three of you like have a lot to say about that guy's monologue, but every time I watch this fucking
Hey,
movie,
you didn't
that
like it?
part, I know every time I watch it, I'm just so disconnected from. I mean, I like see it, but I guess it is just like I look at it, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like it's not like I don't know, but
I
I
think
guess
it's
it's
a
just
guy thing.
it
Maybe I don't
is
know.
because like it's like I just feel like I'm like I've had that conversation where like a guy is just talking like that. I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like just get over it. But that's like bad, and I know that's bad. That's why I like the movie because it kind of also like it literally dives into like just I don't know, just like different it's very gendered in a way too, which is funny because it's like also not though because
Yeah, because
okay,
the
the
main dude's
main guy is super
very
androgynous,
androgynous.
exactly,
Yes.
and so
I
I
I
thought
think
thought
he
it
was
was a girl at
trans.
first.
yes,
Yeah.
and so the thing I like about it
Me
is
too.
you have this sort of like very like all these gendered experiences with like the internet, but then you also kind of realize it's not. There's like just the
Ooh.
internet is literally a fucking like it's the internet. I don't know. I'm trying to like
When the
actually
girls were
form
out
that.
of their Lolita drag, they looked completely different to me.
Right, right.
Right? And I don't know. I feel like that has some sort of like
Well, yeah,
resonance.
because it's like the thing about just like dressing up. Like I think they because the one girl talks about. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, where she's talking about how like fashion like is the thing that like filled this like void in her
Yeah,
basically,
true,
and
true,
like
true.
and so the thing about like seeing the girls like out of their Lolita outfits is really interesting because like I don't know, I'm watching that and I'm like, yeah, that's what my homegirls look like when they take their makeup off. That's what I look like when I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm just like around the house. And so it's like, but then you think about it, it's like getting, I mean, they're like dressing up for whatever reason, but when it plays into like the internet stuff, it's like the sort of like how men like interact with women when they're like all dolled up, but then how women interact with men when like they're like acting more
Mm.
masculine and they're leaning into those things. I don't know. I could be super head ass about all of this with the gender stuff, but it's interesting to think about in a way, because that's what I'm saying. I feel like when I watched it with Nikki this time, Nikki had something to say about the monologue. When I watched it with my homegirls like earlier in the week, they were like, "Oh my god, like this guy's so fucking annoying." And so it's so interesting to see.
What
Like I said, everyone has such a different perspective on this movie.
And guys
what
are
did
like,
y'all
this is real shit. This is real
Right, right.
shit.
what did y'all think about the guy? This was my kind of my favorite part of the movie, who just
Oh,
was
the older
talking to
guy?
himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
then he like
business dude. Yeah,
he
I love that.
explodes. I really liked that because that was kind of like so it didn't need to be in there, but it was like almost surreal the way he talked to himself, and then especially when he like freaks out and there's that cut and people like look for a second, but then they don't give a fuck,
I
and
know.
Well,
it's like
he's part of a previous generation that's being more vocal about what they all feel because they all
yeah
want to kill something.
Yeah.
And I felt like he was an expression of that desire that was actually bubbling up out of the surface. Like, where would these people be 20 years down the line if they'd become a salaryman? They'd
Yeah.
be talking to themselves on a train and talking about, like, when I get my hands on him, I'll fucking kill him. I'm gonna
Mhm.
fucking kill him. But so, what was his monologue was about the military aspect of
yeah. I didn't really
9/11,
like
right?
his monologue. I didn't. It
Hmm.
seems
It's
I not
interesting.
that
I'm still
didn't like it,
puzzling
but
over this. I'm puzzling over this because the last shot of the movie, I'm thinking now, is the two main characters, the androgynous
Standing.
dude standing in where the towers are, and the
And
tower
mm,
then
kind of hits her midsection. And
yeah,
I do keep thinking about like the towers falling as this psychic event that released people to go start crawling through a kind of rubble in a way
rubble. Yeah,
and looking for what's underneath the rubble. But like, there's another speech in the movie. I can't remember who it was. It was a woman, and she was talking about how there were some people who chose to jump instead of
yes.
burning. That
yeah.
that felt real to me too. Like this idea of agency, like something like the whole movie does feel like something like God has died and we're all sifting through rubble at a certain point,
Yes.
Like, and I think that, oh, now I'm gonna think about this a lot more. I
I mean,
walked out after watching this and I was like, Brios was like, how was the movie? I was like, I didn't have a good time. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it.
yeah, I
It
mean
just
it is like an uncomfortable
it put me
movie.
in a weird ass mood. I
Yeah.
had to go see like side of my family that's like it's just like hectic, and I was putting me in a weird mood. I like
Yeah.
because I went out into the world for the first time in like 16 hours. We had just been chilling at my house, and so it was strange. Sometimes a movie can just kind of like coat you in its
Yep.
vibe,
Mhm.
Yep. I
and
got
it
that with
was weird
Avengers Endgame, dude.
for real.
No.
You wait, bro. You got dusted. You got dusted in the theater. You
I got
disintegrated in front of
I've
children.
I fucking that's not Endgame. Endgame's where they come back. It was a rebirth experience.
Oh,
Right.
so you were birthing in front of children. Even better.
Yeah. Yep. Had my legs up in
Um,
the stirrups. I was screaming.
like
Oh, so there was
just
at the
like
draft
Steven
house.
Spielberg.
Hmm.
So you beat Steven Spielberg in the birthing.
Dude, I beat his ass. I beat the fuck
You
out of Steven
can't. Would
Spielberg.
you beat his ass? He
I,
seems like
I'd
nice.
I'd fish hook him. No, I think he's a pedo, dude.
Steven Spielberg? You think?
Yeah, I think so. I
Eh,
think I think I think that's one of
yeah,
Hollywood's
maybe.
deepest
Yeah.
kept secrets is
Biggest.
that he
They probably all are, to be
Yeah.
honest.
they probably
He
are,
he
but
phone homed Elliot.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah, he did.
ETs are all about touching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's about touching. One of my
ET's the
earliest,
toucher.
like, ET came out around when I was born, I think, but I saw ET really young, and that was one of those movies that's not scary at all, but scared the fuck out of me. And I used to
Yeah.
be like in my bed as a kid, just terrified that ET was gonna come in my room. Like, that I was gonna
I
see
would be
that
too.
fucked up
He looks like
squat
a
little
weird
bitch coming
Right.
in,
penis.
dude.
He looks like a dick.
I hated his face. I haven't watched ET as an adult.
Wait, you
Are
know
you
what
gonna
I
show
do
your
love
son?
though?
What?
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I love the Michael Jackson song that he made for E.T. Do y'all know that one?
Which one?
No.
I don't remember what it's called. It's actually there's like a deluxe release of Thriller that has it, but it was from that era. He also did like there's like a book that they made, like a children's book, and he did like the audio book on like a little like 45 like record. and I had it when I was a kid because I was fucking obsessed with Michael Jackson. Like, oh my God, when he died,
Oh,
it was my 9/11. Like, I was like,
I remember where I was when he died,
I
for
do too.
sure.
It was like fucked up. And so
Do
I had
y'all?
this like,
do I remember?
Do you
No,
remember where you were when Michael Jackson died?
I used to be on the N64 playing GoldenEye, listening to Black or White a lot. I listened to Black or White,
yes,
and Heal the
Bro,
World was a really good
you
one.
know what is
yes.
a top 10? My favorite fucking video, probably like on Instagram, is this. These people are in an NA meeting, and there's a
Hmm.
Michael Jackson impersonator, like singing Man in the Mirror, and it's just like the fun. It's so beautiful and funny and fucking insane, and
I
like, I
know.
mean, because that's like a crackhead song. That's like
Yeah,
you
Man in the
can
Mirror
never.
is like
It's just
NA as fuck.
it's
Yep.
amazing. I'm looking at him.
I don't
That
know.
Free
I
Willy song is my favorite.
He was involved with Free Willy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hold me. Oh.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, that's good shit, dude. I
Michael
used to
Madsen
love.
like did really freaky stuff with the whale and Free Willy.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I'm sorry, bro. I was reading Animal Facts, and that was like number three.
Not
I was reading Four.
Hey,
animalfacts.com.
it's
wait,
Nah,
just it's just
Animal
animal
Facts dot
love.
fun.
wait.
Dot
Animal Facts
fun.
dot fun.
Did y'all ever play the Michael Jackson Sega Genesis game
Oh, of
Moonwalker?
course I played
That
Moonwalker.
game is
Yeah.
so fucking good. I
Yeah.
literally was obsessed with
Salem's
that.
a real gamer. Salem got me into video games.
I
Yeah.
love
I
video
would
My
games.
buddy we used to go, we would actually, it was really weird. We would play Moonwalker and we would play the 7 Up spot game. So 7 Up used to have a mascot that was just a red dot
Yeah.
with
Yes.
shades.
Yeah.
And so they had that game for the Genesis. We'd play Toe Jam and Earl, the 7 Up spot game in Moonwalker, and we would listen to the
Yes.
Mortal Kombat soundtrack while we did it.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
so dope. I
it was
love
good
that.
times. It was good
Wait, what
times.
what are y'all's favorite games?
My favorite
Oh
games of all
man.
time.
Yeah, like top
Uh,
three if it's easier.
Resident Evil 2,
but
um,
oh yeah, the
Yes.
OG one.
Metal
yep.
Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear, well, for me, it's Metal Gear Solid 1 because I anticipated that game for so long. I would go to the store and have my mom buy me Electronic Gaming Monthly every month
Yeah.
just to like read updates about Metal Gear Solid. And eventually we got a disc, and the disc
Mm.
had a demo of the first stage in
Yes.
Japanese, and that I played that thing 100 times. And
Yeah.
so like when the game finally came out, I this is so fucking funny that there are people for generations who have formative memories that are not this, but mine was going to the store, picking up the white case, the Metal Gear Solid white case, and my mom buying it for me and me like unwrapping it and playing the game.
Wow.
And like there was a point, and this was extremely innovative, when you fight Psycho
I
Mantis.
was yes, I was about to say how was that experience for you the first time with like no like
It
because
was
like
crazy. Like
yeah.
we had
Yeah.
tile floors at the time, and my little brother, so I was when that game came out, it was 99, so I would have been
Hmm.
13. And my brother was 9, right?
Hmm.
And he watched me play the game. And when we got to Psycho Mantis, he does this thing where he says like, "Put your controller on the floor," and
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna move it. And so I put the controller on the floor, and he goes, and the controller vibrates so hard that it moves. My fucking brother like got up and like ran out of the room like screaming. He was like But so yeah, my top game is definitely Metal Gear Solid, and then Resident Evil 2, and then Cyberpunk 2077 would be my number three.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 is up there for me too, for sure.
Yep.
And then maybe
I didn't get into it. I tried, but I didn't try that hard. I played it for like 2 hours, and I just hate first person, bro. I can't.
I
If it was in
platinumed that
third,
shit.
it was if it, I wish it was in third person, like uh, but
Yeah.
it's
No, I
okay.
get you. I get you. So what are yours, Kelby?
Go ahead.
Metal Gear 3 Cyberpunk and San Andreas.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
I
answer.
love San Andreas so much. Okay, wait. Um,
What are yours, Sam?
wait, I'll say it in 1 second. Okay, wait. Did you ever watch there is this I need to actually remind myself who made this. There is this like filmmaker who makes movies like in like video games, and he's made a few of them using GTA San Andreas. Phil Solomon. He does like a lot of like it's like very, I mean, I guess I would just say like experimental. There's a better word for it, like outside art. Yeah. And it's like,
Mhm.
so he makes these films. He's like an older guy too. And he made this one called Crossroad. It was like the letterbox poster. And it's literally in GTA San Andreas. And his stuff's fucking beautiful. Like he has such a like he understands the game, like sort of how like cinematic and like vast the landscape of the game is. Like he just captures that feeling so well. His one of my favorites though is Crossroads. That's like the best one that he made.
Is
That
he the
one.
one who put on Hamlet in GTA Online?
I don't know if that's the
Oh
same guy. Is it?
no, but I also that person also is crazy because that I think they've done a few other GTA Online like films, and those I love the ones too where they use like GTA 5 to like make films. I love
Mhm.
that there's like a string of artists who've all kind of inspired each other of like making films with games. I did this one time actually. I love the game Max Payne.
Me too.
And
Yes.
Yes.
so
Max
Yeah.
Payne
I
is in my
was,
new book, by the way. But go ahead.
whoa,
Are
wait,
you
Yeah.
the
that's so
character?
dope.
No, no, these two characters get put into like they're fighting, and so they get put into these flotation tanks, and how like their therapy is they have to live inside Max Payne but share a brain. So yeah, it's
Oh, I need to
Berserker
read
Club.
that. That sounds so fucking
I'll
What?
send
amazing.
it to you after this.
Yes, please.
Berserker
I
Club?
need to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so the thing I was talking about, oh yeah, yeah. So I got super inspired by just watching like all these different like filmmakers make stuff within games. So I tried it with Max Payne, and I did this thing where I know the game so
It's so
well, and
cool.
so I would like kind of break the game in ways where I would go out of bounds, and I just like recorded a bunch of footage onto VHS, and then I just sort of like, I don't know, I just like played with it in the same way that these people did. And I don't know, I love like art like that where you can sort of take something that already exists. It's like resampling. And I mean, I sample so much in my music. So I love any other opportunity to resample. So especially with like film stuff, if you can make something that's resampled, but you're almost like creating something entirely new in it. Like a video game's interesting because you have a pre-existing playground, you have pre-existing
Hmm.
characters.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, like I would play GTA San Andreas and like role play with myself. Like I would go into like the country,
Dude.
and I would sort of just like I don't know, I would just like create stories, and I would have like CJ like do like certain things. Like I'd be like, okay, like today I like want to play sort of like a dramatic like horror movie like setting. And so I would drive into the country, and I would just pretend that like there was like someone in the woods watching me. And then I would watch those like Bigfoot found in like GTA like videos, or like
Uh-huh.
Leatherface is like in the fucking like farms and stuff. And so that always inspired me. But yeah, I don't know. I just love, sorry, I didn't mean to go on all that, but I just love how
That's
like
awesome.
GTA
That's
San
incredible.
Andreas is just like such an
Very
inspiring
cool.
game because there's so much art that has been made from that game specifically. And I just think like it's like obviously it's not an underrated game, but in ways I think it's underrated how inspiring it truly is. Because if you tell someone like Grand Theft Auto is your favorite game, they're gonna be like, they kind of look at you like if you're saying it about like Call of Duty, which I'm just like, come on, like there's a like some of these games are just incredible. Like Modern Warfare 2 is so inspiring to me. That game is like, I don't know, there's like this sequence where you're like in the airport and you're like gunning everyone down, and I'm like, that's just like crazy that you can do that in a video game. I've always been so inspired by like what you can do in a video game and what exists like within the script of a video game even, but also how you can break it and online like playing like against other people. And I don't know, it's just so interesting.
There was a lot of
Well,
interesting shit done with Halo 3 too, where they actually made like
Oh
one of the
yeah.
gameplay mechanics was you could play as the camera, so then you could
oh, that's
create
so
your
sick.
actual. That's how they made all those red versus blue,
Yes, those were
all that
Yes.
iconic,
shit.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, my one friend last year got straight up addicted to role playing GTA 5.
Yeah.
Like
GTA
at,
Online. That's
yeah,
so
GTA
dope.
like literally addicted to it. It's crazy.
It is
Uh,
very
Uh,
addicting.
some of my like a lot of my TikToks are people who are doing stuff with Red Dead 2 and
oh,
just
you were
Yes.
like
just gonna
fine.
start that, Salem, weren't you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that makes sense because that game is notorious for being open world. There's also a video that a friend of mine, Jay Springett, who's like a futurist and a world runner type guy, sent me, and it's this YouTube video of this guy who's like, "Can you live a normal life in Cyberpunk 2077?" And
Whoa,
that's the whole
yes.
video. He's
That's
trying to see like,
awesome.
can you
Yeah.
just like be a guy in
Yeah.
Cyberpunk
And what was
2077?
the verdict?
You can. You
You
Yeah.
can.
can?
Yeah, yeah. You can be a guy. Um,
Yeah,
I love that.
you can ride your motorcycle, you can eat noodles,
I
you
spent so much
can.
time doing that. Like I platinumed the
Yes.
game and I love the stories in the game and but like one of the reasons like the other two on my list are for nostalgia reasons, but in Cyberpunk 2077, I literally just enjoyed walking around in Night
Yeah,
Yeah.
City
That's really cool.
and like
the
driving. That I was like, this place looks fucking cool, and
there's
I'm
like
just gonna
a
drive around.
there's a completely optional, it's called a mission, but nothing really happens at all except for what happens. Like the cops are trying to get into your neighbor's place
Mm-hmm.
and you can just ignore them because there's always cops
Whoa.
lurking, you're just like whatever. Or you can interact and be like, what's going on here? And eventually you get into the neighbor's
Whoa.
place and he's like an ex-cop and it's a
Whoa.
fucking shithole and he's depressed, his turtle died, and
No.
you like end up finding the turtle's grave, which is like a hologram,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like a
Mm-hmm.
cyberpunk
Mm-hmm.
grave or whatever. And it's just weird shit like that. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest one for me, the best mission in Cyberpunk 2077, and it's one of those optional, like you don't have to do it. You're hired by this guy for like a hit, and you get into his truck, and he's like, "This guy who killed my wife is getting out of prison, and we're gonna go fucking kill him." And so you're like,
Mm.
"Okay, cool." So you find the little tracker comes on, you find the guy, he's got a police escort, and you get the police court escort over to the side of the road. The dude who hired you hops out, runs to go kill this guy, and gets gunned down by the cops. And then the prisoner, who's like all tatted up and shit, he's like, "Hey, hey," he's like, "Come here." And you can do two things. You can ignore it and just go about the game, or you can go over and talk to him. And if you go over and talk to him, you get sent on this crazy mission where he has gotten out of prison. He's a mass murderer. He's gotten out of
Mm.
prison and on the condition that he's part of a reality TV show. And he's going around apologizing to the families of the people who he's killed. So you follow
Whoa.
this
That sounds
guy from
crazy.
house to house. And then eventually, as per his contract, he agrees to be crucified on live TV. And you
Whoa.
actually hammer the nails in to like put him on
Bro,
screen.
it
And it's
sounds like you
like,
just made that up, but I know you
it's
didn't.
super real. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
And
so awesome. I
You
love
yeah,
know,
and
you
that.
you,
know
and
what
you
that's
get
got me.
nothing from it. It's just a story that you're in.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, you know what that's got me thinking? What is the writing process for these games? Is it we've talked about this a little bit before, but that is just like, is there a team? How many
Okay, wait.
writers work on
So
this?
I actually have a friend who in LA he does like game developing stuff, and I haven't really asked him a lot of questions, but we were driving to In and Out the other day, and he's telling us how he's like what he's doing right now is he's doing that sort of stuff for this game that he's working on. And he is like, because he was like, oh, he's like, yeah, I'm like coding this thing right now. It's like this girl in the game, whatever. Like he's like, she sort of like pisses everyone off in this like thing. And my friend just goes, this game just sounds so fucking random. Like, what is the point of it? And he's like, no, he's like, it's like in GTA when you like interact with like the NPCs. Like, he's like, I'm doing that stuff right now. He's like, I'm coding like those small things. So there's, and he's like
Mm-hmm.
writing it and coding it. And he's like, he's taking from like real life. He literally was like saying, he's like, yeah, I'm like putting like this friend into the game because like it just works with like the story. And I'm like, that's so crazy that there literally is like the team's so huge that you have people who are just focused on the sort of like random spur of the moment things. And I find that so cool because I've always said Nikki needs to like get hired for a job like that because he's fucking like crazy off the dome with just like
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
just
You're
creative
playing you're
bursts
playing
of like
GTA 6 and somebody's like, "You have you heard of sameshirt.com?"
like but it would work so perfect though. I'm like they need to get him in like one of these fucking teams. He would fucking like be so good for that. But it makes sense of like yeah there is literally like just to answer that question, like the teams are so huge that they have little like pockets where they are just focused on the random moments and the little side cuts and the
It's
fucking
so
every little
sick. I love
character.
it, and it feels like
Yeah.
the open world video games like that when they're done well feel like a no like the obviously you have the campaign, the main story, which is like a novel, but the side
Mhm.
missions are short stories, and that's so cool to me. You know.
Yeah,
Those are
that
my
shit's
favorite parts
awesome.
too. David and
Yeah.
I tried.
What's your favorite open world? I know we're talking about Cyberpunk, but in that vein, that is it. Maybe did you ever play Crackdown?
Oh, Crackdown, where you're like the super cops and
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah,
And you can. I love the superhero band. Like my favorite game of all time. This would be my top three. Was Infamous for PS3, where
Infamous
you
was
like,
tight.
bro, that man, that I for when I was a kid, I didn't have any systems except the DS. And briefly, when we were in this one foster home, I got a PS3, and I fucking loved that thing. And there were a few games that I just. Infamous was one. God of War, all the God of Wars, and then there's a couple other ones, but those were like life changing. Like God of War was fucking sick.
Dude, one that was really underrated that I felt like was in the same vein as Infamous was this game called Dark Sector.
Dark Sector.
You play this dude who gets like it first his arm gets possessed and slowly it
Wait,
starts creeping up through like the
dude,
rest of him.
did you
But
ever play the one called It's very similar. You're basically like Venom in it. Fuck, what's it called? Oh yeah, this looks exactly like the damn.
Wait,
Uh,
Kelby, I feel like you give me the vibe that you really liked like Saints Row and like the true crime
oh
Streets
yeah.
of LA games and shit like
Yeah,
that. Like I
yeah.
feel like yeah.
the Dark
Anything
Sector though.
anything that was gangster, I was
Yeah, like
like,
any
we
of
got
like
to
the
do
hood
this.
open world shit. I'm like I
Uh-huh.
know you were on that.
Yeah, yeah. When Saints
Yeah.
Row came out, I don't know what it was about like the now looking back the major difference. Because like the later Grand Theft Autos kind of took inspiration from Saints Row too.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
like GTA 5 feels kind of like how when Saints Row first came out, how that felt.
Mhm.
But when Saints Row came out, it felt I guess the character creation, it was like, oh,
Mhm.
I can make my gangster now.
Right,
Like,
right. Yeah.
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 Man, dude. Uh, this what was the game you just said, Kelby? Dark Sector. This looks
yeah, Dark
sick.
Sector. Yeah, you've got this demon arm and you use this little like blade thing to slice people in half and shit. And
It also, but that's like the same exact plot of this other game. I have to find out. Games like
I feel like I know what you're talking about. You have like
you
demons
Yeah.
as hands and you can shoot them out
yeah,
like,
you're like literally like Venom. Why is it not
The
Prototype?
the oh,
Prototype.
I was gonna say
oh,
the darkness.
prototype. Yeah. The
Oh, the
darkness. That's what I
darkness.
was thinking of. But
Wasn't that
yeah,
That
That
looks
has
also
so
that has
fucking
Mike
good.
Patton. Mike Patton is the voice of the darkness in that.
uh-huh.
wasn't the darkness also a comic book or was that an adaptation of the
No, it
game?
is. It's the Witchblade guy. The guy who did
Yeah.
Witchblade also did the darkness. I think the
Do you
darkness for first showed up in Witchblade.
do y'all like comic books?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
how do you feel about like okay, I love comic books, but I'm very like specific. Like my favorite comic books are in like the 2000s, they did a lot of like horror movie adaptations. So like there's this Evil Dead one that I'm like obsessed with. It was like a short run. I also love like there's a Nightmare on Elm Street one. They all were sort of
They
put
did, well
out by the
they did Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was on
Yeah.
that shit so crazy. I
Yeah.
love that. I mean, the second they did like the first run of it is amazing, and then the second one just gets way too like it just gets very like horror convention core where they're just like calling out characters and I'm like, you have to be so like autistic about horror to like understand it. I mean, I'm like,
Well,
and I know all of it, but
a
I'm
lot of
also
people
just
are. Yeah.
I know.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I have like me and Nikki have like the horror convention autism where we're just
Oh
like
yeah.
we'll literally be like Kane Hodder is like a celebrity to us, and I'm like
Sure.
he's literally like fucking just like the dude who did like three Jason movies. But I'm like that's so dope though. Like
Hmm.
I love that shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love that era of comic books, like the horror
They
comics.
did, yeah, the early 2000s, so I really got into comics probably in the mid 2000s.
Hmm.
And there was a big it was like Lock and Key was out and
Yeah, yeah.
Alan Moore was doing
Bro,
the
have you ever
Neonomicon.
read the one Chew? I feel like you would like that
I
game.
have read
Chew.
Chew,
Chew
yeah.
was
Chew
awesome.
is
Chew.
Yeah.
She was like
goaded.
the private
Fuck.
detective guy.
Where he
And he has
and
to
he
eat people to
and
get
he can
like
see their
Yeah, yeah.
memories.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I remember
Yeah.
Chew. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
What
good
about
one.
Desolation Jones? You ever read that one?
Mm,
Mm-mm.
It's good. It's like a cyberpunk comic by Warren Ellis.
Okay.
One Ellis is pretty dope.
He's awesome. Yeah,
Bro,
he's
what
awesome.
about Why the Last Man?
That one was huge. That
You
was
know
my
what?
wife was into that one more than I was, but
You know what's my favorite of all time was now I fucking blanking on the name, but this affected me really. I was like, this is a masterpiece of storytelling. Was the one with the antler kid? You know the one
Wait,
oh,
with
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth,
Sweet Tooth. I
yes.
I was
love
just about to
that.
talk about that. Yeah, Sweet Tooth
Yeah,
was
I love Sweet
amazing.
Tooth so much.
Yes.
It was so the ending like was probably one of my favorite endings in any
Jeff Lemire
media
had
ever.
a comic before that too that was like more
I
slice
know
of
what you're
life type
talking
stuff.
about. Yeah, I have all those.
But oh,
Oh, Sweet Tooth was great.
dude, Dave Lapham, Stray Bullets.
Stray
Straight.
Bullets, bro. Oh
So
my
Dude, but
god.
he had one that was called Young Liars,
I don't
Salem.
know that one.
Go to
I'm gonna
Internet
write that
Archive
down.
and
Yeah,
read Young Liars all the
I
way through. It
will.
it
I
only
will.
ran it only ran for 28 issues. Young Liars is the
Perfect.
closest thing to a David Lynch movie that has ever been put in comics. So it's this
Even more
guy.
than Daniel Klaus, like
Yes,
Velvet
yeah,
Glove.
more than that. Yeah, the
Oh,
Velvet Glove cast in iron or whatever.
yeah, I think yeah.
No, Young Liars is it starts out and it's about this guy, his girlfriend's been shot in the head, but it's made her
Mhm.
super strong and insane. And so they go on these wacky adventures, but as it goes on, you start to realize like reality starts to fall apart. And it's one of the most underwritten, like nobody talks about Young Liars at
Yeah,
all. But I was
I've
buying that issue to issue when
never.
it
I
came
just
out.
found it all
that's
on.
awesome.
Yeah.
There's only 18 issues.
18, not 28, 18
Yeah.
issues. Yeah. Yeah. But
I'm
it
re- I'm.
like,
Well,
yeah, read that tonight.
I will. Yes.
You'll be happy or watch Love and Pop, either one.
I have
Right.
love. I have Love and Pop pulled up on HBO Max already.
Right.
I
Hmm.
think some of my favorite
I just
comics
try
are a
to
great
look at
medium
it
for
and
crime.
Wait,
Yeah.
what did you
yes,
say?
I agree with you. What
Comics
about
are a great
what
medium for
about that
crime.
cyberpunk
Oh,
one by
yes.
Warren Ellis? You know what I'm talking about? It's like he's like a reporter. I think it's Warren Ellis
Oh,
though.
Transmetropolitan.
Yeah. Y'all fuck with that one?
That one's great.
Yep.
It's one of
It's a
course, my
classic.
favorite of all time is The Invisibles. That's like my Bible.
You know, I never read that.
I mean, as somebody who's been into chaos magic for 20 years, that was like
Yeah.
little
You know what's
baby
my
David's
problem?
entry.
You know what's my problem with graphic novels and comic books? This is my last thing I'll say tonight. That's not a problem. It's just it would make me insecure because I was like, you know, these people can write, and I guess with manga too. These people can write so well, and they can draw so well, and why the fuck can't I? Why don't I shoot myself in the head?
So
You know what I mean?
it's something to think about. Something to
So,
think,
Nah,
something to think about.
I'm like mostly kidding. I don't. I already thought about it, David. I thought about it enough, and I came to my conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't
I just
know.
decided I can't draw, so I guess I'm stuck writing books, which are a much tougher sell. If I could draw,
Oh,
bro,
bro, did you ever? Do you guys know the guy who did the Hip Hop Family Tree books?
yeah, I do know
Oh.
those. Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I worked for him for a little bit. I
Did
did
he
his
also
like
do like Incognito? Was that him? Or was
no,
that somebody
no.
else?
This is a white guy. Do you know the story
Well, the
about him?
Incognito guy's a white guy too.
Oh,
There was a time in the early 2000s where you could do like stories about black people and have them be like kind of like, huh? Like what? Like we, but you could be white and do that.
interesting.
Yeah.
You
Cultural
know what?
appropriation hadn't broken into the mainstream yet as an argument. So,
you had bangers like Scalped, one of
like
the
Scalped,
greatest
one of the
Scalped
best of
comics of
all
all
was
time,
time.
or my buddy Rob Volmar who did Blues Man, got nominated for an Eisner for that shit,
damn
Yeah.
scalp.
and just nobody cared. Scalped actually might be
That
my
sounds
second
so
favorite
familiar.
comic of all time. Yeah, it's about Dashiell Badhorse, who is
Oh
he's
yeah.
an FBI agent who returns to the reservation that he grew up on to take down Lincoln Red Crow, who runs the local
Oh.
casino and is also like a Tony Soprano-esque gangster. And
Um,
You know
yeah,
what I just read? Actually, I haven't read a graphic novel in years, but I read uh, it's called Final Cut by Charles Burns. I think you guys
yeah,
would like it. It's
yeah.
interesting. Um,
Sounds familiar.
I feel like I know this. Like I'm gonna see
Charles
the
Burns
cover.
is the guy who did Black Hole,
Hmm. Hmm.
and so it's very similar. in a way, and it's like a coming of age kind of thing. The
I
dude,
heard they
the
were gonna
dude,
do a TV show on Black
they are
Hole.
with the person who did I saw the TV glows doing
Oh
it.
God.
Oh, really? Oh, okay,
Well,
okay,
okay.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
Salem?
We have
What's your
Yeah,
what?
yeah, we actually
What?
we talked with Nikki about this. I loved that movie, and he was like, "Oh, my sister fucking hates that movie."
we both did. I
Right.
also hate it.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that shit was corny, especially because okay, wait. Well, I liked what was the first one? We're all going to the World's Fair. I really liked that. I
I
watched
did
it on
too.
like, yeah, I watched it on VK like before it even like
Me
got a
too. That's
proper
what we.
release.
And it was like it was perfect because it wasn't out, and it was like you're not kind of
Yeah,
supposed to be watching this, and it's on the
yeah.
computer. If the
But
vibe for that was perfect.
the moon man making them drink the moon milk, that was
Well, no, no,
cool.
no. See, I think
Yeah,
well, what I'm getting at is like, so I thought with I the first one, we're all going to the World's Fair. I thought what that one just captured everything so well, and I had like this hype about. I saw the TV folks. I was like, I really loved the World's Fair. I thought it like nailed a lot of things, and so when I sat down for it, I think I need to rewatch it because all of my expectations were just not met, and I know that's a fault of my own that I just had the expectations. But I think what I don't like about it is the sort of like cultural response to it where there's like these people who are like this is like a trans queer like awakening movie and I'm like
like an
I
opus,
just
like
like
it's the movie. Yeah,
but I just didn't get that from it. I kind of was just like it's like Goosebumps homage and I like when I watch it like that I like it but then I guess like hearing all of the thing that I don't like about it is less the movie itself and more the response of it. And that's
Okay.
also like my own fault too. Like I know this about myself that like sometimes I will dislike something because of like the cultural response to it. Like I am such like a hipster in that way that pisses me off. Like I have this like I always have to be like no, like everyone's fucking retarded. But
Yeah.
with this, everyone is like fucking retarded
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
they're like
So
saying this is like the most like groundbreaking, like the most groundbreaking, like queer trans cinema. And I'm like, you guys are not fucking watching movies because this isn't. I'm like, even like a movie like fucking Tangerine is way more like groundbreaking
I
because I'm
love
like,
that
you have
movie too.
I'm like,
it's a
you have
great movie.
fucking like the homegirls fucking smoking crack in that movie. I'm like, that's like real shit. I'm sorry. Like my friends are like the bitches who are like fucking like hookers and smoking crack. They're not like the little fucking ooh woo fucking like Steven Universe tender queer kids who are like, I'm just like so I don't know anything yet, and like
That's the
my
crowd that really
awakening.
liked that movie. I feel.
And I think that's why I don't like it is almost because it's sort of like me like being the age that I am and being around the different archetypes of like young like gay like queer whatever people and I sort of am just like oh this is targeted to like people that are not like me like it's different but I feel like I would appreciate it if I took myself out of that sort of like just like a hipster response to it where I just need to be like oh like fuck this shit I feel like if I watch it I probably would honestly really fuck with it as just like a movie that's like are you afraid of the dark like goosebumps type of like homage like then I would love it in that way so I want to return to it with that headspace and I feel
I,
like I
I
could really get into it
I get what you mean, and I think that I had a similar response to a movie like Juno, like
right
the twee shit really
Hmm.
bothers me. And so my experience with I Saw the TV Glow is the first half of the movie. I fully expected to be like 0 stars. This is the worst shit that I've ever because it's all so fucking twee and like
yeah
the writing on the like the neon writing and it all seems so. But like as soon as shit went sideways and the like I said the moon man makes them drink the moon milk and then he like cuts himself open at the end
hmm
and he's great like and he's having trouble breathing and he's old and he's walking through this neon bowling alley and
yeah
I was just like and but to your point I have no experience with queer shit
no
so
yeah
for me
yeah
I was just watching a movie
but that's what
well,
I'm saying. That's
and
why I get why you would like it because you're not watching it with the sort of like I didn't want to say like the background knowledge, but just like the cultural, like annoying cultural parts of it that are like in your ear about it because that's what killed it for me is I'm like
yeah
just this sort of like be seeing like online people talking about it as if it's this fucking like as if it isn't just like a horror movie, an A24 movie. Cause then I would like it. I feel like I would really like honestly love it in that way. I just be like, this is fucking dope. It's trippy. Like I honestly like I think I literally like smoked a bunch of CBD and like sat down and then I was just like so I want to return to it with not the annoying sort of like Gen Z like voices in my head because then I would probably like I'm saying I think I'd like it more. So I get the why you would like
That's how I
enjoy it.
watch. I try
Yeah.
to watch all movies now. Like I don't look at
Yeah.
Twitter. I don't
That's
like
amazing.
Kelby and I watched Eddington, and that was like
Yeah.
movie of the year for me. And
Our
then
our circle
Yeah.
hates that movie so
because
much because
our
but it seems so there's such a miserable way to live to me where you want a
Yeah.
movie to make a statement. I've never wanted a movie to make a statement.
I want a
Like
movie to piss me off, but in like a different way.
I just want to get immersed, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to be
That's it.
hypnotized like it's a magic
Exactly.
show.
It's a
I was
dream. I want to be in the
Yeah.
dream.
I
That's
was
it.
because I was talking to Glenn from Rare Candy, and so like in my circle of people, they skew more right wing because like we're all COVID conspiracy theorists, right? And so with them, they were mad that they made the like right wing guy kind of the bet. Have you seen
Mhm.
Eddington?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
But see, that's so
Okay,
crazy. That's everybody's take because I didn't think he was the bad guy. I thought when he
I didn't
started
You
either.
killing
mean you mean
everybody,
you mean
I was like, this
Joaquin
is how I
Phoenix?
felt. That I wanted to kill
He
everybody. And
he
so
Yeah.
I
wasn't the
felt
bad
like
guy at
he
all.
was my avatar. He's the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So it's
Really?
basically so I'm having this
This isn't a
discussion
James
with
Cameron movie.
I'm having this discussion with Glenn, and he's like, "Oh, so they made the guy who can tell that there's a that there's a COVID conspiracy and all this, like they make him this like bumbling idiot." And I'm like, I was just watching it, and it was like Eddington has like the mo it's a horror movie for sure. So Ari Aster,
Mhm.
like I love Hereditary and I love
Yes.
Midsummer, and I did not see
Wait,
Beau was Afraid.
I
did
was
you I was
afraid is
about no,
great.
did you ever see his first short where it's like the
We
one where
talk
like
about this on here
Tino's
all the
dick
time.
fart or something.
no, the one where like the
The
dad's
strange
getting
thing about the
molested by the
Johnson.
kid?
Yes.
Yes,
That one's
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
awesome. I
The
love
strange
that
things
shit.
about the Johnson. I mean, it's fucking like iconic. That's
It
something, and like
is.
you'd be like, "Do you want to see the most fucked up
Right.
video
Yeah.
ever?" Like
Yeah.
But
he
like talking to
goes
this
there, bro.
He goes there.
But like talking to him and seeing just the reactions in general, because like I know Jack didn't like it either. Perfume Nationalist, been on the show. He
None
also
of none
hated
of none of
Eddington.
our circle liked it, except for
Like,
Low Res. Low Res thought it was a masterpiece.
yeah, I think it's a masterpiece too. And it's like it. I'm trying to not sound like a dickhead, but it makes me sad when things that are not the movie make people dislike movies.
Yes,
Because I'm
yes.
like, I just want to watch it. Like I'll watch The Last Jedi and I'm like, is it a good movie? And then people are like, well, it doesn't make sense in terms of the canon or the lore. And I'm like, but I don't know, maybe
See, I thought
I
the
just go in like a
last,
baby to every movie. I
yeah,
try to anyway.
Yeah.
I
Do you
love,
have your butt
uh,
ball? And
And I have my spinning nipples. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I
No,
love
babies
the
don't have
original
those. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
trilogy.
whoa. Pause. Babies do not have spinning nipples. That's an
What
adult
kind of
thing.
babies you know, bro?
Elvira.
Elvira
One time in the
earned that.
early internet when I was first posting short stories online, this guy hit me up and he was like, this is early internet. This is like GeoCities type shit.
Right.
Like this wasn't even MySpace. And he was like, "Hey, I read your story on this message board because the first story that ever got published was on a message board called corpsefucker.com. And and, and most of the stories were about that. And my story
Yeah.
happened to have that in it, so it got and so this guy read it and he's like, I'm like Elvira's guy. Like I run her website. I do everything for Elvira. He's like, would you like to write some Elvira short fiction?
What?
Yes.
And
Did you do it?
no, I said no.
What?
I know.
Oh,
You
that's
regret? Do you regret? Why'd you say no?
yeah. What?
I don't know because I didn't really know like I looked at the site like I wasn't familiar. Like I knew
Uh,
Joe Bob Briggs, but I didn't know Elvira.
That's
And
crazy. I feel like Elvira like mogs Joe Bob
mhm,
no,
Briggs,
she
like in
mhm.
terms of
does.
No, I
popularity.
get it. I get it for sure. So I was like looking at the website and I was
Yeah.
like, nah, this isn't my thing. But in retrospect, I should have done it because who would have known? But yeah,
Right.
that was the early internet when fun things like that could still happen.
Damn, I love Elvira. She's dope as fuck. I was like obsessed with her as a kid because she had that one movie. It was Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And so after it was like she had the popularity with her show, and then they gave her a fucking like a feature length movie, and that shit was so dope. She's just like
Was
a
it good?
fucking yeah, she's just like the fucking kooky like goth baddie that moves into this like fucking like super like conservative town. So they're all pissed off because she's got her titties out the whole movie, and she's just like fucking. She's got a little
She never
fucking dog.
doesn't.
Right. And she's got this
Yeah.
little dog with like fucking like dyed like pink hair. It's like so dope. But the thing I really love about Elvira is like she's always had like a like just a lot of men love her because she's fucking gorgeous. And then like recently in the past like 5 years, she's like, I'm a lesbian and I've been in like a relationship with a woman this whole time. And like finding out Pee Wee Herman's fucking gay too. I mean, like, well, fucking everyone could have guessed that, but it's just crazy. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, but it's like it's so dope though, because I'm just like fucking all these like 80s bitches just like Elvira was like Pee-wee's beard. Like they were just like fucking like pretending that they were like, I don't know. I think that shit's dope. I'm like, I love like old pop culture shit. And Elvira's just such like a queen from that. And she also looks amazing. She's like 60 something and she looks so gorgeous. I love Elvira. She's dope as fuck. And there's a scene in the movie though where she has like tassels on her titties and she does this thing where they like spin around. And I was like fucking like 9 years old watching that. I was like,
Wait,
what the
what?
fuck? Yes, exactly. It's crazy though. I was just like, I didn't know that people can do that.
People
can't-
can, and babies can too.
You
Right.
can't escape the spinning
Wait,
titties.
did y'all
So,
ever
David, you think babies aren't people?
enough? No, wait.
Uh.
Did y'all ever watch the movie
Dude, sometimes
Showgirls?
Nikki, sometimes Nikki
Showgirl,
turns into
yeah.
like a little bulldog. He turns into a little bulldog. Goes into
More of
attack
like
mode.
a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel
With a
about the movie
gun.
Showgirls?
I've still never seen it. I've never seen it.
Oh my God, the movie's fucking great.
I like Showgirls. I need to watch it again soon. I've been going through a kick of like just those um I'm really into watching physicality. Like
Mhm.
my our oldest boy, his favorite movie right now is The Nutcracker because it's Christmas season.
Oh,
Yes.
And so like The Nutcracker is just a ballet. And
Yeah.
so we've watched that like 10 times now in the past week and watched Dirty Dancing, and now I'm just obsessed with like
Yes.
people moving like those
Yes.
What
movies.
about
Yes.
Flashdance?
I love Flashdance.
Flashdance is good.
That's set in Pittsburgh.
Gaspar Noé said
Yes.
when he came out with Climax,
Yes.
Gaspar Noé said that he was no longer interested in movies, that he just wanted to watch bodies in motion, which is
Yes,
why he made
yes.
Climax. And that reminds me of what you're saying, Kelby.
I was
Like,
thinking of that too, like the
mhm.
entire time. I was like, damn, this like reminds me of like Climax and how that movie is just like I don't know. I love a lot of people hated the like first 30 minutes and like all the dancing, but I'm like, this movie is fucking great. Like it's so much about like body movement.
Yeah, he said he
Mhm.
doesn't go to the cinema anymore. He watches like Cirque du Soleil.
Yes.
So that's what's interesting to him.
We should all shave our heads and grow mustache and just call this the G. We should call this the G Show.
Wait, did y'all ever watch his he made a short film like I think like a week after Climax, Lux Eterna. That
Yeah,
one
Lux
was,
Eterna
like,
was great.
that
Yeah,
one was so
Y'all like
beautiful.
that one?
I did.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that one.
I like
I-
everything
Did y'all
he's
watch
done.
it? Did you watch his old people movie with
Dario Argento?
Vortex.
Yeah.
Vortex? Did you watch that?
hmm
I
What'd you
haven't
think?
seen that one either.
I like that one too. Yeah.
It's like a little slow, right?
It is
It's
slow
like-
for sure, but slow doesn't bother me.
No,
I'll
no,
give
no.
y'all
no.
a little secret. I watch when movies are slow to me, I just speed them up.
Yes, I do the same
How do
thing
you speed
too.
them up?
I
You have-
watch-
You have.
I
I
wa-
use
I watch-
VLC.
I watched
Press this fast
I watched
forward.
PEEP TV show on 2x speed.
Yes,
Like,
yes. I do that
I-
with so much shit.
I could tell as soon as it started, I was like, this is gonna be really slow.
Yes.
I put that bitch on 2x speed. That bitch was done in fucking 45 minutes.
Yes.
Well,
I was
They're like,
what?
"Watashi wa, watashi wa, watashi wa."
Oh, you
Mush,
watch
mushy,
Peep-
mush, mushy.
You watch Peep Show on 2x speed?
I did, yeah.
Damn, bro.
I did that when I watched have y'all ever seen Noriko's Dinner Table? It's very like
Mm-mm.
similar in vibes to Peep TV show. Okay, have y'all ever watched Suicide Club?
Yes.
Okay, so Noriko's Dinner Table is the prequel to Suicide Club, but it came out after, and it is fucking amazing. It is like not focused on like the gore and excessive violence, and it just goes into like the sort of like just the darkness of like the internet culture and stuff. But there's like the girls get into like escorting, it gets so fucking dark. But I watched that on 2 speed because I was like, this shit's kind of dragging, but it was so
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah.
It's a good one to
I'm
watch
I'm un I'm
fast.
unashamed about it. Like
uh
I watch X-Files normal, but like
yeah.
most movies that I watch are at least 1.25 because
That's
I
what
don't
I listen to podcasts. I listen to podcasts
I
too,
listen to
actually.
podcasts at 2x, yeah. I listen
Yeah,
to audiobooks at
night
like
court fucking podcast.
Night Court
yeah.
Adam Green.
Right.
Yeah, podcasts are always 2x. Audiobooks, sometimes I go 2.15 on audiobooks just because I'm like, I don't know. Again, maybe this is a thing with age because I used to be much more OCD to bring it back about like getting every word. And then if I turn an audiobook on at like 2.5 speed, I just let it wash over. And if I miss something, I miss it. And
That's the best way to actually know what's
Dude,
happening. So there's
I
like
like that.
that's
If you
why
miss
the
something, mm,
I'm beyond this is hard to say. I
oh,
love words, I love language, so I do care about prose and I care about it in my own writing. But it's more background to me now because I like reading, letting the shit wash over me. And
yeah,
the only
that's
way
how.
that really works is if shit actually happens. So if you're
Yeah.
reading something that's about nothing and it's just kind of like the language is the point or whatever, you can't let it wash over you really.
hmm hmm
Exactly. It's
yeah.
you have to like switch modes to enjoy it. I think like
Yeah.
when you're what you're talking about, Kelvin,
What
is
the
like the
fuck?
best type of shit because you're like it's like the dog's thing about it's like a dream. You're entering a dream, bro, and when you get interrupted from a dream, it hurts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It
Yeah.
does hurt. It
It's
does
the
hurt.
same. I think it's connected to the body's emotion thing. Like it's and the voyeuristic, bringing it back to Peep TV show, like that voyeurism I, is the is really like the best kind of art where you can, like Dennis Cooper is like this, where you read shit and it's not about the content. What people are struggling with now with reactionary shit, where they're trying to be like, you know, post woke, like we're done with that. We're like, but the reactionary shit isn't interesting to me either because it doesn't have that voyeuristic quality. It feels so
Right.
performative. It's like I want
Mm,
I want
mm.
art that makes
In
me
rehearsed kind of.
disappear into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have a recommendation for y'all. There's this, I don't know if y'all have seen this before, but it's this film called Ham Pow 93, My Brother Which I Care For, and it's very like voyeuristic. It's very like
And
and
yeah.
it's about these two brothers who are on the spectrum, and I don't know if they're twins or not, but they just like live out in the middle of nowhere, and their whole thing is they film like YouTube videos about like fire trucks and ambulances, and this guy made this documentary. He like grew up with them, and he made this film about them where he just sort of follows them. And what I like about it though is they're just he captures just pure like the beauty of autism in a way, but also the beauty of unfiltered reality. And I think a lot of people have a hard time engaging with art if there's like opinions that they don't align with. And what I like about this is these kids are like just fucking like they just say anything. And I really like the voyeuristic aspect of just like they are unfiltered, but you're watching them just go through their lives and they just say shit that is like off the wall. There's like a fucking like the darkest moment in that movie is like so beautiful because they just start opening up about like their like child this like fucked up childhood experience that they went through, and like it's just like a beautiful film. It's on YouTube, and it's I think it's only about like an hour and 10 minutes or
How do you
something,
spell
but
it?
it's Hampow HAMPOW 93, and then My Brother Which I Care For. But I just really love that film. I feel like I've gotten a lot of shit for liking stuff like that because like I said, it is just like it's not even like there's nothing about it that's like anti woke, but if you're a super woke person, you
It's
would
just
just find it
it's
like
not
wrong.
concerned
It's
and
just
it's
that it's
not concerned with
reality.
any
It's
of
just
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
The thing, you know
Yeah.
what pisses me off about that is you make a piece of art that is in its own world that you're creating a dream. Someone comes into it and it's like trying to force it these other thing, their mindset, and if it doesn't exactly align with their thing, they get like upset or something, right? I feel like that happens
Yeah.
often.
Well, I think a
Like,
lot of people just don't live in reality, so that's their
but I
problem.
also get pissed off too at things that are bad. So I don't know.
I know I'm like saying all this, and then I'm
The
also like,
bulldog's
fuck,
out.
I saw the TV glow. Like I
Yeah,
fucking
like
hate
don't get me started on that fucking
Man,
retard,
the bulldog. Here comes the bulldog.
The
that.
Rottweiler.
stupid fucking waste of life, Tony. I don't even want to say his name.
Oh, chill out, bulldog. Goddamn.
I'm just kidding. He's not a waste of life. He's a good dude. Me and him were FaceTiming the other day, and he showed me a picture of all his toys. And when I say toys, I mean toy fire trucks. He's got every model that has been created.
Damn, does he know the
Yeah,
Hampow brothers?
I don't think,
I'm gonna watch this
but
tomorrow.
Y'all ever see the Hoff twins?
Yes,
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 yes, yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Hoff
Hampow
twins are great.
93 is very like similar to that
Yes.
vibe, except it's like it's very similar because there's that one there's like short documentary, I think like 20 minutes where they follow them around with cameras. I love that. I like literally showed it to Nikki 'cause I have my like TV setup where I watch everything on a CRT, but it's like I have my Xbox connected to it, my like Xbox One, so like everything just looks like very analog on it, but we watched that on there and it looked amazing. It literally
Yeah,
felt like we
dude.
were like watching like some crazy like MTV documentary from like 2009. It was so dope.
I love that documentary. I love the liquor
So
store guy
good.
where he's like, I love
Yes.
these boys. 'Cause-
Yes.
Yeah, they're good. They're good boys. Yeah,
That
it's very
shit's
Spring
so
Breakers
good.
coded. The Hoff
Yes,
twins are.
yes,
Yes, yes.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah. Are they not? Aren't
yes.
they in Spring
They
Breakers?
are
No.
actually. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hoff twins are in Spring
Yeah.
Breakers. I think
I
there
thought
are
I
about
twins
getting
that are
a
in Spring
They
Breakers.
also remind me of the Island Boys too.
Dude, the Island
Yeah.
Boys, like the
Are
dramatic arc of
they're
the Island Boys was
I
crazy to
know
me
they're
because
fucking each
Them
other on
like kissing.
OnlyFans
I know,
now.
crazy.
Oh, they're
So
not
fuck.
just kissing. They're like I've seen
They're
their shit. It's crazy.
they're really.
Yes, they have. They are like, they're touching tips. I mean, they might be doing more now, but there was a bunch of shit that like just leaked
You're
from their
kidding.
OnlyFans, and they're like on each other, like grinding on each other with like
That's
fucking
fucking
boners and
the
shit.
Island
But they're
Boys.
brothers. That's what's crazy.
that's disgusting.
Oh
I
god.
Yeah.
know. It's gotten so dark. That's why I'm just. That's the thing. It goes back to what I was saying earlier
But
about.
remember that thing they said though that were like they had that really heartfelt video is what I was talking about, where they were talking about selling their souls to the devil.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
were
Well,
like they were real about it. They were like, yeah, we had to
you
do all
think
this
that's real?
stuff. Yes, 100%. What were you gonna
I
say?
don't. Oh
Oh no,
my
I was just
god.
saying it kind of goes back to what I was saying about like streamers, like it's so voyeuristic because it becomes like the fate of like the audience, and because the Island Boys sort of fell off with the favor of like I don't know, just people who are on like fucking Facebook and IG reels, like they just found a gay audience who was like why don't you two fuck each other, and then they were like no, and then they were like oh shit, there's money involved in this, like maybe I should, and then they did, but it's crazy because like it's like the fate of the audience like projected them into that. But then you see other people who don't go that route. They just go like into something else. It's just it's
Look at the
wild to see
picture I
that.
just sent in
Oh
the chat.
god.
Look, that's the other brother. He reverted. He reverted the
Whoa,
baby.
whoa, 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 whoa.
That baby's nipples definitely be spinning for real.
Bro, that's Island Boy 1. He's now a child because he's been reverted. This is so
This is
fucked up.
so crazy. Did you just make this?
No, that's
This
real life.
this looks like Krishan's baby. I can't look at this.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Oh man, speaking of the X-Files, goodness gracious.
It
For
reminds
real.
it reminds me of the episode Home.
Yo, dude,
Oh
home,
yeah,
home
dude,
is
Right.
dark.
iconic.
Home is dark, yeah.
No.
Yeah. They're good boys.
What's the one that's like a vampire mockumentary and in black and white? Or am I like it's not black and white maybe, but it's filmed like reality TV style. Yeah, that's like later. You might
Yeah, I
not
think
be
it's like
thinking
it
it.
might be like season 7 or something. I think I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. God, the one episode where they're like the Bermuda Triangle shit, that was kind of crazy. I was like so like, do you know what I'm talking about? There's like the weird Bermuda Triangle episode in like one of the later seasons.
There's a few of them, I think.
But there's like one, I think they're like on like a boat or something for it.
Mhm.
And then
There's
they
one
like
set
go
in
through the Bermuda
Tallahassee
Triangle.
in the Appalachia.
The funniest thing
Like
about the
National
X-Files is that
Forest.
they go to all these different places and it's all very clearly Vancouver. Uh,
Right.
like they did a Chupacabra one, which was the worst X-Files episode ever. And they're like in
No,
San
not.
Diego, but like it's got Raymond Cruz, I think is his name, the guy from Breaking
Mm.
Bad, Tuco. He's the main dude in that. And him and his brother turn it into Chupacabras and they just look like handsome Squidward,
Right.
basically. But folks, I gotta get to bed. I get out of here.
Yeah, it was a
Don't
good
don't
talk,
Right.
don't
y'all.
don't stop
Right.
on my account, but I gotta go.
We
Be
gotta go to
easy.
McDonald's.
Y'all gotta go to All
Yeah,
right.
Right.
we're trying to get trying.
Sameshirt.com.
Right.
Go stream eDeath. Uh, what's the best way? You got like a Bandcamp you want to direct people to,
Yeah,
or
Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube. I'm on everything.
We got a lot. We got a
Wherever.
lot of stuff coming out this year.
Right.
Salem's got a lot in the works. We got an album. Me and Salem together.
Yeah, we've been
Hopefully,
working on it for like 2 years now. Yeah.
That's very
yeah.
exciting. I'm
hell
excited
yeah.
to hear that one.
Living in a hateful world coming in 2026.
I like that
Right.
title. That's good shit.
Yo,
That's gonna
Right.
be fire. All right, folks.
All
Peace.
right, y'all.
be
This
easy.
was really nice.
Yes. Bye.
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 All right, y'all.